Hi, hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Shout out to the Salem Coven members who are seeing this first. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already connected with me over on Patreon, it is completely free to join. You'll still get some perks. I'll occasionally drop a YouTube video there first, or I'll make a previously only accessible for the Salem Coven members, accessible for everyone. If a video is ever taken down after I post on YouTube, it will be available for free. And of course, it's ad-free. However, if you are interested, there is an all-access membership we call the Salem's Coven members that you can join. Gets you early access to all of my content, extended versions, exclusive live streams, unblurred visuals, things that I either can't post on YouTube or I have to blur for YouTube, official music videos, requested live performances, interviews, documentaries, more weigh in on what I do next, things like that. All the information will be in the description below. This video was pulled from a live stream. Chat shouldn't be showing on the screen, so if you're confused at all, that is why. I just wanted to give that disclaimer. Okay, back to the video. Even it out. Fang, we're not opening doors. But normally I put the cat's blanket there, but it is not there currently. Listen, look at me. We're doing this one more time. Do you actually want to go out and stay out? Or do you want to get on the warm heating blanket that I literally turned on for you? What we doing? Because I need to hit play. You're not helping me. Okay, I'm going to press play then. Anyways, pressing play now. Tell me how the volume is. I have it up, but... Is that okay? He obviously wants to go out so he can come back in 2 minutes later. No, seriously though. Is that okay volume-wise though for you guys?
So thanks for doing the
Apple Music.
yeah, Apple Music live stream, the concert.
The Apple Music.
So good.
That was sick. You didn't come.
Nope.
So you watched this live stream.
I heard it was hot as anything.
Oh, it was what? You see me, Nick. I'm wet.
Like within the first 2 minutes
I
as well.
come out and I'm wet instantly, just dripping. I didn't even fix my hair after a while. I was just like, F it, because it's just gonna get messed up again.
Where did the idea for the wig come from? I don't want you to like dismantle it to the point where it's not mysterious and fun anymore. But what is Igor? Like, why are we looking at you the way we are? And
Bro, I just
what is it?
thought it was cool. Like everything else, it was just like, oh, that'll be cool.
But where did you try the wig on for the first time?
So I kind of didn't try it on until I went and got it made. Like, I just had this idea. All right, I want a wig shaped like this, and then I went to the wig people, and I picked out the specific blonde I wanted, and we got them made.
Put it on.
And it was that. I got a flat top made, like this weird flat top wig made, but it wasn't sick. And like a longer version of the one I have, but the one I've always wanted was this.
The bob.
And I've been drawing that character for like 3 years now.
Did it
And
just come out of your subconscious?
it's actually in a stop motion that I did for this Vice show. It's a little stop motion video thing I did. It has black hair, but it's the short bob cut and the turtleneck and the glasses and the gold teeth. And it's in that. And then I just was like, I'm gonna switch it to blonde just based on the undertones of my skin.
Was it a subconscious drawing, or were you drawing inspiration from something else? That you'd
I don't
seen
know.
or
Sir? Really? That was the most pitiful meow. I don't know if y'all could hear that because of how like directional this mic is, but guys, really, all three. Fang, baby, you cannot. He's gonna run, baby. You cannot just nuzzle him. He wants him to love him so bad. That's all he wants. And he's gone. Okay, boys, out. Love y'all, but out. Okay. Guys, can we have peace in this household? At all? Why is there so much static in my hair? I heard it. That's just the most pitiful little meow. Also, if Dobby could stop glaring at me as if I've disturbed his peace, as if our peace wasn't disturbed.
Just thought it would be a cool character. Just a tall, slim suit, blonde hair. And like black dudes don't really have hair like that. I think the closest thing was Ike Turner with that like cut, but it wasn't blonde. So I was like, oh, I'll run a blonde one.
It's a weird question, but when people often like come into some form of character-driven experience in their career, they say they feel different. Do you feel different when you put the suit and the wig on?
Unfortunately, no. I feel like the same.
Do you think people look at you different though from what you've seen in the crowd, even in that one show? Are people like, wow?
When I'm up there, I just be in my zone and just doing the thing. But people say hi differently this week. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I bet they do.
People say hi differently.
Yeah,
it's tight though.
You've achieved, man, something that no one's ever achieved before. It's official. You're the first solo rap artist to ever have a Billboard #1 on the albums chart, fully self-produced, fully self-arranged.
Yeah.
That's mad.
It's really cool. It's funny, someone said, I saw a comment, no one cares that you produced and arranged it, Tyler, but me letting people know that will allow different doors to open. That's not me just doing voiceovers or a verse. Like me being adamant about having that on the cover when I'm designing it is letting people know, hey, let me make the score for your movie, or let me do this and that. And in 20 years, like, that detail will pay off. I'll put that on the Flower Boy, the other cover too. And I'm gonna just try.
It's like, I'm gonna be honest, I find that so baffling to me. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, like, it's not that I don't think that there's room to criticize people. I do. I don't think every star is perfect. My gosh, especially we look at early days, right? But like, I just feel like we are so hard. And I know to a certain extent, it's like a lot of these people, like, they don't need me out here defending them. But at the same time, like, I'm a big believer that the way you treat people should be the same, regardless if they are someone who you perceive to be, you know, like in a hierarchy, right? Like, I don't like hierarchy. I never have. So I don't care if you're like in a company and you're the bottom person on the totem pole, if you will, versus you're the CEO. Like, I'm going to treat you with the same energy and respect that I treat everyone else. And that only changes when you change. Like, you are the driver of that. And it's like, to me, I think it's so, I just think sometimes I get when people have money and resources and all this stuff, like, I understand that they have certain privileges and things like that. But at the same time, like, we are still all human. And it's weird to me how people interact with celebrities. And that's not to say that we can't call people out. We should. But it's like that. Like, no one cares. Okay, but that's an accomplishment. Like, that's really cool. And that's a different form of artistry. Why wouldn't you highlight that? Wouldn't you put something like that on your resume? Like, that kind of energy is so weird to me. Like, that hater mentality is so weird to me. I'll never understand what anybody gets from like tearing someone down. If it's something like, the way I operate in the world is there's two modes when I come across something that I don't like. If I just don't like something, I just move on. I don't engage with it. It doesn't affect me. I put no energy towards it. And then if you come across something that is problematic, then how you engage with that, I understand, you know, calling out certain behaviors, certain things, like, absolutely. But like the what people call out like that, like, why? Not that that was cancelable by any means, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think it's really weird how we act like just because someone's a celebrity or a public figure, they no longer operate as like a human being. And it's like, if you were in any other job, in any other field, of course you would put stuff like that. So why is that weird in that sphere? I don't know. That's weird. But that's a really cool accomplishment. And like, he wouldn't get to make that history if he were not making a big deal about that being the case. You know what I mean? Not that awards wouldn't look into those details, but my point is like, it makes it a bigger deal, and not only opens doors for him, but also opens doors for other people down the road to feel like, oh, well, he does that. Like, maybe I should look into seeing if I like that or I enjoy that. I wish I did that since day one.
Yeah, everyone would know. It's kind of, they kind of missed the point, that comment though, like a lot of comments that come in, it's sort of a knee-jerk reaction, and you know, that's fine, they have their place, but you know, it's not like you're sitting there painstakingly putting this together from inside to get it out to people, for people to care about that detail. It's entirely for you.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of people miss that. A lot of people also don't realize what, I think people who review shit too, I think we need to put their biases. I had a friend mention
like a bio before you read the review of
like my
John
friend,
Thompson doesn't really like rap music.
He doesn't like rap music, and the girl that he fell in love with
is a big fan.
Left him for a girl who loves Young Jeezy, and he beat the fuck out of him. Now here's his review on Southern rap music
That's kind of inspired.
now.
That's kind of inspired.
It's like, or this guy wanted to be black and only black girls his whole life. This is why he's giving this shitty rap album best new music, because he wants to get the thumbs up from this.
It's kind of inspired to have people to have to come clean about it.
Yeah, because like I even get it with clothes. Like kids like, oh, that sweater's trash. Do you ever wear sweater vests? Yeah. No. You only wear t-shirts, hoodies, them weak ass black chinos, right? Yeah, I've never worn a sweater in my life. So what's your I just need what's your point of reference on if this sweater is good or not for what it is? And
Again, you don't have to love something, but it doesn't mean that you have to hate it or hate on it. Like and I think that's why, like, I don't know that I'm ever gonna be I mean, those of you who've been around for a while, like, I don't really say a lot of negative, bad things. And it's not because I'm like trying to appease anyone. It's just the way that I interact with art and I try to interact with the world is things don't have to be for me or super like engaging to me to appreciate someone putting effort into something. And I also understand that I am not qualified to really be able to say anything other than this song is overstimulating to me. I'm not saying it's a bad song, it's just overstimulating to me. The trilogy is never going to be for me. There are parts of it that make me uncomfortable. I understand we're working through a character. I understand those things, and those things can be true, and I can still not have the best experience with it because it brings up things and mirrors things in society that are so prevalent. And like for me, that's not really where I'm looking when I'm looking for music. Like I can feel, I like sad, don't get me wrong, but sometimes there's things in that like that just parts just made me uncomfortable. But it doesn't mean that I can't appreciate the effort that he put in and that he was working through a character. I'm not here to be like trash. No, because I understood the effort and I understood what he was trying to do. It's just not for me, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that I think it's bad. And I just think we would all kind of be a little bit better off if we just, and not just because of what it means for that person, but what it means for ourselves. Like, I'm a big believer that the things that you like surround yourself with, like, I'm not talking about things that make you uncomfortable because of like for example, I'm not saying you should live in a bubble where racism doesn't exist. Of course it exists. And you need to be able to face that uncomfortability. You need to be able to face, like, I have to look in the mirror and recognize my own privileges, right? Like, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the things that are like this, like art that you choose to consume or watch or stuff like that. I understand it's a fine line of critiquing, and I think there's a place for critiquing, but I think there's a difference between understanding, like you said, one, your own bias, and two, what, like, it cannot be for you and you can just not understand it. Like, I can think his production's really interesting, but I know that I don't fully appreciate it in the way that someone who really understands music engineering and sound and stuff like can appreciate it. Just like the same way that I think there's a lot of people who don't, use Taylor as the example. Like, I know there's a ton of people who will never understand that. They'll never get it. Those lyrics don't necessarily speak to them in the same way. Like, to me, it like creates this whole world for me to interact with, but it's not the same for everyone. But I also just don't want to spend energy on things that don't make me happy. And I just think there's a lot of people who love to hate on things, and I just don't get it. I also think sometimes it's a parasocial thing. Yeah, where they think that they're just roasting them, but it can come across. Yeah, no, that's a really great point. For sure. Hold on, I'm trying to hit see more. Yeah, no, it can. I fully geek out and yeah, he's an insane producer. No, exactly. And like it's not that I don't appreciate it, I do, but I know that there's people who just like understand the technicalities so much more than I do. That's not my strong suit, and that's okay. I am jealous of you who can do that. I can't even read a damn sheet of music. I've tried. Oh, I've tried. The few little things I can do on I can't do anything on an instrument other than a piano. And the only reason I can play a couple of little things on the piano is because I literally, when I was younger, learned, like, memorized the keys, like, on the keyboard or on the piano, and I just mimic that. But it has nothing to do with being, like, you put a sheet of music in front of me, I'm like, I got nothing. I've tried. It's like it's like so foreign to me.
I always find it weird. A friend asked me the other day, what do you think of so-and-so album? And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable even telling you because I don't even listen to that type of music. It's not for me, but I can't even tell you if it's good or bad because I just don't listen to that type of shit.
Do you protect yourself from those opinions though, to some degree? Because you were just talking about a comment.
I can't, that shit don't matter.
But a comment got to you, so you must open it up every now and then, even if it's just out of interest.
Someone asked, have you put any of his new stuff from Cherry Bomb on to a playlist? Yeah, and I was actually thinking about this the other day. First of all, I've been really into listening to albums again. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because of like the Kendrick journey, and I've just been really focused on like the Kendrick thing, and then obviously like starting this channel and wanting to do stuff with like Taylor. I've been going back to that. And then Tyler, we've started that journey. So I've been really heavy listening to albums lately. And so, but I was thinking about that the other day with my playlist, and it's because like I really want to get off Spotify. And my issue is my mom is on my family plan. And I also have a friend, but I know she wouldn't care. But my issue is like my mom is so bad with technology that it's taken me years to get her to like understand Spotify. And I'm like, I'm going to talk to her literally at Christmas because I'm like, we're going to have to do something different. Cause like, it's like been weighing on me that I really don't want to engage with Spotify, even though I hate Apple Music's interface. I know you guys know that. Also, I don't really want to support Apple either. Let's be honest. But I don't know enough about like Tidal or some of the other ones. I know there's not really a great alternative. I literally watched a video this morning about like getting like an MP3 player or like upgrading a iPod so you could like have more storage space, and like going back to that. I'm going through a whole thing. I'll spare you guys the details, but I'm like trying to figure out like what I really want to do about the situation. And so I've been like trying to figure out, I need to like start going through these playlists and figuring out like, if I do want to switch to the iPod thing, do I want to like just purchase albums? Like which ones would I want to buy? And it just got me thinking that I've like been not adding things to my playlist lately, aside from like the new music videos, new music YouTube Patreon videos. That was confusing. But I've just been listening to the albums. So I've listened to Flower Boy all the way through a couple times, and I've listened to IGOR. I think I've only listened to IGOR like twice all the way through. Maybe more than that. But I haven't been adding anything to playlists because I just have like the whole album saved, essentially. Like I just hit save on the whole album. Anyways, that was a really long, drawn out thing to answer that one question. Sorry. Apple Music is honestly the best. It's too scummy. Tidal feels too empty. Yeah, and there's always something awful to say about Spotify. No, seriously though. I've been like really struggling. This morning I was going through this dilemma where I was like, okay, I've got to figure out how I'm gonna like get my mom transitioned because I just can't. It's been weighing on me for a long time already, and I'm like, but it's getting worse to the point where I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm super, super uncomfortable supporting this.
And I'm just like, oh, you're a dumbass. Oh, you only see surface level. You think I just put that just to, no. See, I'm thinking 15 years from now. I'm playing the long game.
What opportunities?
And I need people to know that, oh, this is the full idea. This isn't just me rapping over some random, like this was the full idea. Everything is very particular.
I was going to jump ahead to that, but actually I might save that to the end of the conversation if that's cool, and just kind of focus on IGOR right now, because you know, out of this live performance, you know, we really got an insight that the character was
For those that want to switch, there is websites, and also Apple actually introduced, I'm pretty sure I read that they introduced their own native transition software. I don't know what the terminology would be there, but you used to have like a third party, but I think they actually have it native now if you do it on desktop or something along those lines. I was reading about this. So if I remember what it is at any point, I'll message it in the chat.
full commitment, and we knew from the pictures you put up and the ideas that you put up and like the little teasers and stuff on social media that you were all in, but to perform in that regard as well is like, and to bring that character to life is like, this is a full 100% commitment right now. IGOR is a real thing.
Oh yeah, it's just an idea. Lionel's like my best friend, and we like low-key met in drama class. We was in drama club.
How old?
And we were doing plays, 17, doing plays. I got kicked out of drama club in 8th grade.
For doing what?
Because she said I was too hyper. Right. So she kicked me out first day, and I was like, F you, like whatever. But with that said, I like to dress, it's fun.
Yeah.
Goblin, it was a ski mask. Wolf was the camp shit. Then Cherry Bomb, I had the pink face thing, and like, I always loved that. All my videos, I'm bald one scene, like, I don't know, that's really fun.
But I feel like Flower Boy was the first time that you'd kind of like actually just presented yourself.
Oh yeah. I definitely.
That was like a super strong statement.
I was just like, here.
This is me.
Here.
Yeah.
Green hat on the cover. Just white shirt, not even a cool shirt. It was a plain white shirt.
Yeah, and there was a ton of questions asked on that album. I mean, you know how I feel because we spoke briefly about, well, not briefly, we had a good conversation about that album, and I still listen to that album. And I feel like you were asking so many questions on Flower Boy and searching for the answers through that record. And yeah, I feel like IGOR, we were talking before we rolled, I was like, this is such a sad album. It's like you didn't like the answers you got. You know what I mean? It's like a mad...
Well, also, IGOR was definitely like all feeling. Woke up in the morning, this is how I felt, made that song, did that for like 2 weeks. And then I was like, oh shit, I have something. It was like 6 songs, 6, 7 songs. I was like, oh my gosh, and that's kind of why it goes into this weird chronological order, because that was how I felt that morning. It was like over a span of like 2 weeks almost. And then every time I make an album, I put it in a playlist on my phone just to see how it flows and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, this
flows.
And I was subconscious, like I didn't even notice I was drawing a circle. It was just all feeling.
What was the first song that you made? Can you remember where it started?
First song was Low Key Earthquake, and that's like 2017 in May.
But that may not have even ended up on your record, right? That was initially you were kind of, because I mean, when we spoke about 2 years ago, you were saying then that you were kind of mucking around trying to find reasons to write for people and see what would
Yeah. I wanted to just write pop songs for people, so I kind of did that. But sometimes you got to just write songs with how you feel or whatever. So I just wrote that, and
that's like
it came out really cool.
Earthquake's like a love song. It's like to me, it's like an out and out, straight up love song, and it's the first statement on the record that says like, oh, this album is going to be. It's kind of, there's a lot of open heartedness to this record.
Yeah, very 80s pop, kind of what I was going
idealistic love and idealistic heartbreak.
Yeah,
that's what the 80s were. They were like, you don't hold anything back. I feel like after the 70s, which was all sort of bravado and all kind of like, there was some fakeness in there that the 80s was like.
In a bit though, it depends on what sector of music you're talking about, because I mean, it's a lot of soul shit from the 70s.
Yeah,
a lot of people know that was just pour heart out. But not to go off topic, the 80s is becoming my favorite time. Not just music, but overall. And I used to hate it, but now it's slowly becoming.
That's so funny. I'm going to put on my sweatshirt while we sit here for a second. That's so funny because I feel like you guys know I'm not good with the like associating. I don't necessarily mean sounds, but I don't know, like aesthetically, I'm surprised that he didn't like the 80s prior to that because I feel like that makes sense. And I mean, part of that might just be my own biasy from thinking about Igor, but I still think even before that, I feel like I just given how he is with like colors and I don't know. Listen, it took me so long to grow out my hair. And I will never be upset about that because I literally I lost my hair heavily with my immune stuff in my early 20s. I was like, this may be TMI, but I was like basically bald all behind my ears, like completely. It was not a fun time. I had to get injections all on my scalp. It was not a good time. So like I will never be upset about, because there was a point where I never thought I would have the hair that I have today. But oh my gosh, sometimes it just gets stuck on everything. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
My favorite because of the sector of music that I found over the years.
Like, what are you listening to? Because that's a broad decade. That gets
So,
a bad rep, by the way, the 80s, but it's amazing.
What was
music
happening in the UK in the 80s with like, I mean, everything but the girl, Sade, the Style Council, so much weird, like white people trying to make like black soulish music, but they grew up kind of on white pop stuff. So this mesh that it made is beautiful. And let's say everything but the girl, Style Council, just the shit that was just coming out of there. And so in the way they were dressing, I love it.
It was kind of
everything seemed so saturated and freeze, level 42.
Yeah.
These kids just making this
super mature pop music.
Very mature pop, but they clearly study jazz.
Yeah.
So, but they clearly hang out with punk kids because they're in like leather, but like it's this mesh, and I gravitated to that because they didn't really stick to one thing, and I was like, oh, this is fire.
Yeah. And you go back and listen to those records and you're right. I think in the 80s, because the whole culture of the 80s was considered this kind of gross decade where everyone was just going for self and the fashion reflected that and the production reflected that. But you go back and you listen to it now knowing that every decade in its own way is totally gross. And you go back to the 80s and you realize actually that there was some really weird songs and weird bands going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of cool shit. Now, I found some shit last night. Hold on. I found some shit last night because hold on. It's cold outside. Lynx. This band called Lynx.
Play it. I don't even know what this is.
Some black dude band, kind of in that level 42. I mean, that like freeze era, but it was more poppy.
Oh my God, listen to how jazzy that is. Like,
bro. Look, he brings out the letter and he like reads the lyrics. Bro, that is the sickest shit to me. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
It's cold outside.
That's kind of the sweetest thing I've seen somebody do in a performance in a long time. Actually provide
Two-Boy Army.
Yeah.
Are We Friends? Electric. Bro, that, it's so much that was coming out of
Gary Newman was
out of his fucking mind.
Out of his mind.
But it's so sick.
Like he actually was separate to the 80s. Like he's separate to
he's his own thing. And I remember seeing that shit like, oh, this is... But everyone's on point though. Even the drummer is like, with the afro and then the synth players, I love all that shit.
No, because that's literally me. That's the ADHD. I swear. Because it's like, God, anybody who has ADHD knows that is like one of the top things that gets us like the most in trouble is that like, oh, I thought about this. And it's like, it's out of excitement, not out of like, again, like it's not about like a hierarchy. It's not about the root. Like it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's like too quick. It starts with the I. Impulsive. Jeez. But it's like, it's the impulsiveness. It's the like, your brain is going so fast that like, your brain's like, oh, mouth speak. And it's like, no, mouth wait. Pause. There is other things happening. But my brain's 12 steps ahead already. And it annoys literally everyone. It annoys me. Like, it annoys me. And it's like, I used to get in trouble for it so much. I was like, just stop doing it. It's like, God, I wish I could. I mean, like, I've gotten a little bit better about it, like trying to just like slow down so I don't interrupt. But it's like, it takes a lot of intentionality and it takes a lot of working for it. And it's like, I love how this live stream has turned into me repeating things that y'all are going to see on a video soon. So, oops. But I was literally talking about that in a video that I filmed earlier this week, I think. And I was like, I really have been trying since the beginning of me starting my channel. Like, I have tried so hard to get better about not pausing as much, because like, I know that it drives people nuts. And I mean, I've tried to be very like, I mean, I put on YouTube, I like put warnings. It's like, warning, like I pause a lot. But in that, that's not to say that even me putting those warnings, even me doing all that, it's not to say that I haven't been in parallel to that, working really hard to stop the impulsiveness of like pausing. And so it's like, but it's like, it takes effort. It takes a lot of like intentionality for something that seems so easy.
It's little nuances that like
I'm used to it by now.
that I studied. I'm like, oh, that's the coolest shit ever.
You said when you were talking to your friend Jared, that was a really cool interview, the Flower Boy interview too. And you said in that interview that you were just really trying to, because you've always been like totally into chords, and you love the idea of kind of bringing chords into music, because it's not necessarily the go-to for people making modern music these days. They don't instantly go for 6 or 7 chords, turnarounds, great progressions, and all these sort of things. I feel like you went even way higher on this record. Like I said to you in the studio when we heard it, I was like, I don't even know where you're getting the musicality from this from.
No, yeah.
How did you get yourself to that place again, given that where Flower Boy already took you there?
I think everyone, whether it's a movie, and Quentin Tarantino will probably agree with this, whether it's a movie or music, everyone tries to recreate. They try to make stuff that gives them the feeling that something else had. Not necessarily make the same thing, but the feeling. So when I was 4, 5, 6, 7, and I heard Brandy's Always on My Mind, number 10 off that album, or number 8 off Faith's album, Soon As I Get Home, or Sweet Taste of Love by Jeanne. And there's those, when I was younger, I didn't know what the chords were. I just said, Mom, it goes up and down, it slopes. It's a feeling that shit gave me. And the music I like all have that.
No, I hate y'all for that. No, I hate y'all for that because tell me why it like didn't occur to me until I just did, what did I do? Oh, I did a Schoolboy Q featuring Kendrick video. And there's the one where they do it over the 6 foot, 7 foot beat of Lil Wayne's. And as soon as I opened it, I was like, I hate it here. Because like, I can't unsee it. And I just...
You picked all the emotive ones.
And people, I know I probably sound like a broken record. Chords, Tyler, like that's all, but that's the shit that I fucking care about more than anything. I listen to music all day. So I wanted to make sure that this album, every song gave me that feeling of Jesus fucking Christ. Every time I hear this album, I'm like, oh, I couldn't have made this.
Yeah, that's why I wondered about how you feel when you listen back to your music, because when I hear you, like the songs you're making, I'm like, damn.
Don't make me abuse my mod privileges.
Man, like how did you even know to go from there to there? Because some of the most experienced songwriters would think that chord progression is broken. Like you shouldn't be able to go from there to there, but it's just so instinctive.
No, it's all feeling. It's just what my ear gravitates to. And it's either always, since day one, I've always wanted to make the prettiest shit that's borderline boring or the hardest fucking shit And I've been trying to mix those together since my first album. Literally, the hardest shit and the prettiest shit.
If you love the 80s and you love chords and you love the pretty shit, then surely, and man, I hope I'm bang on the money with this, surely like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis factor into
Oh,
life,
what they were doing late 80s, early 90s with fucking Janet, are you fucking dumb?
Unbelievable.
Funny How Time Flies is one of the greatest songs of all time.
And even New Edition, like, dude, Can You Stand the Rain is like mind-blowingly brilliant.
Insane, them niggas, and they stay with the hats. So I wanna rummage through their keyboards and just smell them. Them niggas are great. Gods, like, gods.
Seriously.
And it makes me happy that this album's so thus far successful. I'm not reprogramming ears, but people.
I hate how accurate that is. I get it. I'm just a millennial pretending like our brain rot memes are less stupid than y'all's. That's so accurate. That is so accurate. I hate it too. I also hate that I'm in that weird bracket where, cause I graduated early, but I also started school early. So like I was always the youngest in my grade. And so I had like, I don't know, I just had this weird dynamic with like where I fit, as a lot of people do. And so it's like there's a lot of millennial stuff that I like wasn't old enough, but I'm also like too old technically to be Gen Z. And I'm not even technically, I think the frame for like zillennial, if you will, is like, I think I'm actually 1 year off of that. But again, because I was the youngest in my grade, there was things that like a lot of people could do that I couldn't do. So like, for example, like I didn't start driving until like way later. So like I also like hung out with some people who were younger than me. Anyways, the point is that I just don't fit either way. You cut it. And it cracks me up because sometimes I'm like, they're like, oh, this millennial meme. And I'm like, I have literally never seen that in my life. What are you talking about? And then I'll see something that's Gen Z and I'm like, that's a Gen Z. Like, I thought that was us in the like transition periods between generations.
People liking these songs with stuff like this and drums like this and melodies that they don't, that's like what? It's refreshing the way that they listen to music. And maybe some of those people could now go back to Solange's last album and be like, oh, this is good. Just listen to it with a different ear. Like, because I feel like shit just got repetitive and stale. I mean, it definitely did get repetitive and stale. And I'm not saying my shit is the most out there shit.
No, but it's
some 12-year-old and some 13-year-old who's hearing this and is like, whoa,
so
I've never heard this.
I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old who went to your concert, and I said to my wife, like, how did they love it? And she said they found their tribe there, they found their people there. Isn't that sick? You brought enough people in the room that appreciate what you do that they were like, these are our people. These are open-minded, creative people who want music to go beyond just a linear experience.
Yeah, I don't want it to, I be in studio sessions with niggas and they play some shit and all they niggas be like, yeah, this is tight. But is it like good or what's the intent? Like, it's so easy to make some shit that niggas could just fucking do this too, but like, what are you pushing it? What's your nuance? What are you adding to it that's not an obvious head nod? And I'm happy I have a little cousin who him and his friends could listen to this shit. And like, oh, I could make music like this. And whatever they make, whether it's closed music or whatever, when they're 16, 17, they could approach it differently because this is like a thing now.
You're feeding them, man.
I love that
with
shit.
Musical ambition.
Because that's how my favorites did it. That's how, the Ericas and the Outkast and the
D'Angelos.
The Yays. And like, D'Angelo has a whole album with just bass line and a rim shot.
And jazz chords. It's so jazz,
One More Again has a 30-minute intro before he start talking. And I remember being 9, because I bought that on my 9th birthday, 2000. I was just like,
God, you were such a weird 9-year-old for your friends. I bet
you just thought I was, you know how hard it is, like, on your 9th birthday going to buy a Mille Rouge's Infinite Possibilities
The only
album?
person who thinks you're rad is the person behind the counter at the record store.
It was Sam Goody at the South Bay Galleria, and I put D'Angelo, I put the D'Angelo album up down, and he was like, you you sure? And I was like, yeah. He's like, is that it? I was like, oh, no. And I went and got the Miller Rue album, was like, here. And I fucking studied them shit, bro.
You traveled a bit for this record, right? You said that from the States.
Isn't that so cool though? Like I mean, I've said this before. This is not new information to any of you. But I do think it's so cool when you get to see people who have this passion for whatever it is. Like in this case, music. Even if it's like different parts of it, like even as a kid, like, and that's not to diminish people who find those things later on in life, because I do think as a society, at least in the areas that I've grown up in, there was always this push to like find your thing, find your thing. And so I boxed myself into things really early on. And I felt like it was like betraying something to stray from that. And now I'm like, pfft, who cares? Like, you know, but I do have such like a soft spot in seeing people who do find like their little niche thing. Like, and it can be anything. Like my dad has been obsessed, and I mean that so seriously, obsessed with golf since he was a child. And I mean, I know a lot of people, especially like a lot of dads, they're like, golf, but like my dad, he fixates on it to, like, we're talking hyper fixation for his entire life. He has never strayed from that through injuries, through anything. I mean, the man got asked to go on a PGA tour. Like, the man didn't take it because it was the year I was born. Why? Don't even get me started. I'm like, why? But he's just a really good dad. So like, that's, you know, I should be thankful for that. But I'm also just like, buddy. Anyways, I think it's so cool when people find this thing and it just stays with them and it like fuels them. And it's like their thing, whether they can make it a career or whether it's just on the side, it doesn't matter. Like, but it's so cool to hear about like little kids finding this thing that becomes something that will continue through the rest of their life. Like, I have no doubt that Kendrick, that Tyler, that Taylor, like, I have no doubt that they will be doing this for the rest of their lives in whatever capacity that might be. That may ebb and flow, but the passion and what drives them is always there. Igor was one that I remember seeing that cover. I think that's awesome. Igor was the album that actually made me want to start producing music. Yeah.
Age that you went to, like, and it's credited now, you just put the credits up, you went to Lake Como. There's worse places to record than Lake Como.
Yeah, I just wanted to fucking leave. I just wanted to leave. I went to Lake Como.
Why Italy? Why Como? I've been there, it's
Frank
amazing.
Came,
but
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Frank was like, where you at? I was like, I'm at the house. He was like, I'm gonna pull up. Pulled up on the boat. Solange, where you at? She pulled up on the boat. Like, it was a move. It was sick though. It was ducks.
Why Como? I mean, it's amazing.
I don't know. Somebody just said Lake Como's nice, and I looked it up, and it looked pretty, and I was like, all right.
I was about to say, I feel like Tyler comes across as someone who gets very inspired by color, and I know that sounds weird, but like I've talked a lot about that in his music videos. Like, I know that I think it's very clear that he enjoys color, but there's a difference between like a visual and like I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but like certain, you know, it's like the psychology of like when you paint rooms, you know what I mean? Tyler seems to me to be someone who could be very inspired by external things. And I feel like that is a place where Igor makes sense. Like the colors that are in nature, the colors that are the buildings, like all of those things, I think really make sense to me. And I could see him being really inspired by that aspect. So like that doesn't surprise me, but that's really cool to know.
Flying there.
And what did you do? Did you like rent a villa and just kind of deck it out?
Yeah, rented a villa, worked music from there.
What did you make out there? There's a couple of credits on the album that's out.
I Don't Love You Anymore was made out there.
Yeah.
In like one take type shit. I Think I'm Falling in Love got worked on out there.
Is that where Solange did her vocals as well?
Yeah. One like we had a little microphone, some puppet stuff got done out there. A Boy's a Gun, Solange did her parts.
But Frank didn't do anything out there? He didn't jump on?
Did I just glaze over that? Did I not see Solange's name on there? Or am I just like, guys, sometimes I film these reactions and I just kind of feel like I black out a little bit. Like I don't know how to explain it. I think it's because I'm like so focused on like trying to catch things, trying to do things, also trying to be like, I get really, really paranoid about like obnoxiously so that I'm like, am I recording? Like the amount of times y'all see, some of them I don't cut out because like the music's still playing, but a lot of times I cut out so many times, like at least once or twice a song. I'm like, am I still recording? Like it's obnoxious. It's like actually obnoxious. But I get so worried about it because I'm like, I just don't want to lose like footage or something for you guys because like I just don't want to disappoint. But I also know like when you're doing reactions, like you literally have one shot. Like that's it. I got one shot to do this or you don't get it. And that would suck to not be able to give it to you guys. So I'm like, I'm always like very paranoid. So sometimes I feel like I fixate on like wanting to listen to the music, wanting to make sure. So like that's all the capacity I really have. And then afterwards I'm like, I need to listen to that again because what just happened? Did I just miss that? They're all hidden, but it was cool to find out who was on there. Okay, so they don't have a single feature credit. I've been listening to this and I didn't know Solange was on This Boy Is a Gun. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just not credited as a feature. Okay. Can I ask a stupid question? What does that mean? Like for, like, that sounds stupid, but like, I'm assuming they're in the credits, but they're just not in the title. Is that, because you see that, like sometimes you'll see someone is like a, featured, or sometimes it's like so-and-so and so-and-so, so it's not even like listed as a feature, and then sometimes they're not listed at all. Like, is that just something you like negotiate? Or I feel like I'm assuming that's how you would do it. That's so interesting. Yeah, it's just contractual stuff. Okay, interesting.
On?
Nah, because we were working sporadically too, and it was a lot of hanging out. But
Yeah.
recording at 4 a.m. because we couldn't sleep.
That must have been kind of nice in a weird way. Not that you're probably overthinking it because you guys are so close, but it must have been kind of nice that you defied that expectation of like, oh, we're here in Como, you should get on this track. It's like, nah, let's just hang out and watch an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, it's never it's not work.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that'd be cool, let's do it.
But wait, when I came in the studio toward the end of the making of the record and you were compiling things, you were definitely working. Like,
oh, no. I'm okay, now it's,
yeah.
I want this out by this, I want this out by this, let's fucking do it. And I'm doing my shit.
What do you like when something doesn't stick? Can you let go of an idea if it's
not
working?
It's songs I didn't make this album. It's songs I never had a pet as a child. So I think because me not having to actually take care of something and everything is disposable to me. So it's replaceable. If I fuck a car up, okay, I can get another one.
You don't feel bad about it at all?
If something breaks or a shirt, all right, fuck it, I liked it, but it's replaceable. As long as my body's fine, it's cool. So even with stuff like that, it's easy to reset. I don't really like getting attached to... But
not friendships, like not relationships, or that too?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm a very loyal person, and I keep the same people. You see that I keep the same people around since I was 16. Like, I don't really,
Well, what was interesting was listening to the album for the first time before we knew the people who had come and helped you sort of see it through and complete it. And I couldn't really pick anybody that was on the credits. That's what's so great about it. It's like you presented them a few days later, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that person was on that. That person was on that. It was really cool. Whereas Flower Boy felt super guest heavy, like you put the guests up front. Were you as equally determined on this record to keep the guests really kind of like tucked away and blended in?
Honestly, I think I ruined songs. I hate my voice. I think I'm a fucking ridiculously talented producer and have really, really, really good ideas.
That's all kinds of messed up though, because you are widely regarded as having one of the best tones and the best, most recognizable voices in modern music.
Yeah, that's cute and shit, but when you want to write singy songs like Stevie Wonder, and you can't because your voice is holding you back and you sound like a monster all the fucking time. And because of that, people only want to hear you rap.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not even that good at that, but I'm ridiculously good at that. You start hating it more. And I know my voice is sick as but it's like, all right, like I've rapped, let me show y'all what else I could do. Like I could hit free throws, but I could also like do cool dribbles.
Yeah.
So because of that,
sense.
I decided on Flower Boy to just try to shut the fuck up and only speak when I need to speak. So that's why Rex is on boredom and I don't come in till a minute and 20 seconds. You know, because I was like, okay, this is how it should be. But that's what I think I'm good at.
Serving the purpose
actually
of the best
producing.
result. Yeah.
Like, and all right,
I also think that speaks a lot to him. Like, I mean, I know some of that is born out of insecurity, and like we all have that, obviously. That's not like me passing judgment, but I do think it's really interesting, like, and that goes back to what he was just saying about fundamentally being okay with like letting things go. And there is a beauty in being able to have that relationship with things because you know it's not like holding you back. And the same thing with that is like being able to not focus too much on centering yourself allows for exploration. And not because I think that he needs to do that, but just in the sense of like, it allows him the flexibility to be like, okay, yeah, no, this one I do want to rap. No, this one I do want to kind of sing, you know, kind of this one I want to be more in the back. Like it allows you to have different approaches and not be like necessarily like married to something. And I think that is kind of cool.
I did my verse, I said it here. When I come in, it's on topic, concept's good, make sure the flow's not jumbled, then and there. And it took me years to figure that out.
But you've really kind of been predominantly just producing your own music and for you to sit here now and acknowledge, I've known you from almost the beginning, to acknowledge that you feel like a better producer than you do kind of, at least to your abilities, be able to get to that place you want to as an artist with the restrictions that you feel you have, then I guess that in a weird way now you must be ready to just go out and produce.
That's all I want to do. I'm gonna spend the next 2 years probably working on clothes and just producing for others.
You definitely have the musicality and the production chops now to be able to step into almost any environment. I mean, the sounds on
that's
IGOR.
what I'm saying. I want to go. You want pop?
If you can make
rap?
if you can make puppet, you can almost make anything.
Yeah.
Like that is so crazy dense and musical, and even with the drums and the way you did that kind of like Jeff Barrow, David Axelrod, like like that.
Yeah, no, Jeff's great, Portishead's great, all that, but just I don't know, I just have an ear for stuff.
Yeah.
And whether it's good or not, it's something. It's an idea, and I just try to execute the shit.
Who would you love to produce? You must have a wish list, dream list. Like,
Man,
like even beyond like not even a possibility right now, but who would you love just aesthetically and creatively and spiritually to get in a room with, just to be able to contribute something to that career or that, that
man,
that
I
vision?
don't fucking know, dude. I'm open for anything at this point, just because just energy is just so. I didn't know me and Uzi was gonna record that shit that day, but it came out sick, and now Uzi's on some shit that he's never been on, and I got to find a pocket that I've never would have went for unless Uzi gave me. So
Yeah.
just energy, stuff like that. But I don't know. The big dogs, I'll do Beyonce, obviously Jay. I'm gonna do a jazz album someday. I don't know. It's so much. I'm so fucking. I've always been like that, and it always comes.
It always lands.
It always fucking lands.
I said to you, this is a really sad album. There's some really heartbreaking moments on this album, and you were like, very. And so I wonder kind of...
Damn, that is how I talk. Very.
And I sort of wondered, like, you know, what maybe for you the saddest moment, like what the real core, like the core of the album is for you musically, like what the song is you feel kind of conjures that up the most from your point of view.
We talking lyrically?
Yeah, whatever the feel.
I think Puppet is fucking heavy. That's dark. Like that first verse is like, Jesus Christ, get a hold of yourself.
Well, there's some abandonment issues on this record if you go on the lyrics alone.
No, definitely. And I think a friend told me like, oh, that first verse for Puppet could also be about someone having drug withdrawals.
100%.
It could be like, and when he said that, I was like, oh, that shit is like, what do you need? Do you need bread? Do you need to be alone? I could shut the fuck up and get the fuck away from you instead. What is your wish? It could be granted. That's because you rock. You're number one on my list. See, I'm saying that. Where's Rudolph? You're parasitic, so I do not have self-control. I'm starting to wonder, is this my free will or yours? Like, that was like, and also just being just completely honest. Like, what?
That's really intense, and that shows a super, super high level of self-awareness to the point where it's almost detrimental to your own well-being.
No, yeah, and it even being aware of it, and then like still like, that's why that verse is crazy, because it's like I'm clearly aware that I'm
what can I do?
Like that, and I think that even being in the middle, kind of in the middle of the album, is what bridges everything together.
It's a really intense. It's a beautiful and intense, very open listen, and lyrically there are the few things that just keep coming back. That sense of like, please just like don't walk out. Like I get it. I fucked up.
Yeah, I think I say don't leave.
Like a lot
on the album. It's Earthquake. It's on New Magic Wand. It's on Gone Gone in the verse.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of stuff that just keeps popping up and stuff, and I think that's why a lot of people are gravitating to it, because it is a complete idea. It's, oh, that red shirt just isn't red. It was also worn over there. And
does it surprise you when you start taking a look at the body of work and you start to collect the moments that you feel are going to give it a cohesive feeling, and you're like, shit, that keeps coming up a lot. Does that surprise even you?
Yeah, but again, it's just being honest and just putting this. Like, this is the first album where I didn't want to be cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be cool. It's no Who That Boys.
Yeah.
It's no swag. It's just this. There.
Yeah.
And it may seem repetitive, but that's kind of what life. Everyone wakes up in the morning and brush their goddamn teeth.
Absolutely.
Some people, but like,
I don't care how confident a picture you present of yourself or how much you think you have it under control. Everyone is terrified of abandonment. Everyone's terrified of being left alone, and those experiences you have, whether you're a kid or a grown-up, they stay with you. I think those are some of the most present experiences of your life, is when people walk out.
Yeah, and then even if it's not even that, it's always something. It's crazy. Things really point back to your childhood. And again, I didn't have a pet, so okay, this car could blow up. I'll get another one. It's because I don't have to take care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always little shit like that. So definitely, I don't know what that is for me, but I'll probably figure it out in like 2 years.
Yeah, again, it's funny because we've spoken about your music before, and I think I've come at it from the wrong angle a few times, where I've been like, you know, like if I had done this interview 2 or 3 albums ago, I'd have been like, who left you, bro? And like, what happened?
Yeah.
And you keep saying to me the same thing, like, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm writing this music, to work it out.
No, yeah, people don't. It's always little shit like that I feel, I think everyone should turn 25. I think everyone's dumb.
God willing.
Until they're 25. If I started making music at 24, bro, if I started at Flower Boy and then this, bro, I would be a god. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you can't discount some of the work you put out. It's funny because
it's cool.
No, we went nuts.
But I didn't. I would turn 25. I was like,
you were being honest on Wolf. You spoke.
Wait a minute.
You spoke about like your upbringing and your family situation on Wolf with great effect.
Yeah, and it was spurts there, but it was also, if it was 65, 70% cool, it was 30% of, damn it, Tyler, just shut the like, I didn't realize I should stop yelling on songs till I was 24. Seriously. And I was like, why the didn't y'all tell me to just stop fucking yelling all the damn time? Like, it's little.
Because you wouldn't have listened. That's the thing. It's like, hindsight's always so funny, because it's like, because like sometimes people do tell you and you're just not ready to hear it. But then sometimes you have to like look back and be like, okay, but would I have listened? But would I, even if future me went back to younger me and said, listen, I don't even know if I still would trust, you know what I mean? Like, especially when you're younger and you feel like you know it all. And that sounds so stupid to say, because like, I do feel like, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, I do feel like we do not give kids enough credit at how much, at least some kids have, like, awareness and understanding of the world that we just don't realize that they have. So like, I am a big believer in that. But it's also just like, sometimes you're just not ready to hear something. And that can happen at any point in your life, like regardless of being younger or not. But sometimes there's just things that you just don't quite concept, that you just don't know. And that's the thing too, is like, I think my reality shifted when I wish people put more of an emphasis on like your brain is not fully developed when, at least here in the US, you become a legal adult. And I don't say that to like say that you can't have, you know, adult thoughts and things like that. But I just mean like, I don't know, for those of us who put so much pressure on ourselves, sometimes it just feels like, oh my gosh, like if like I didn't fully grasp that my brain was still really developing. And like I needed to give myself some more grace that was literally still happening, even though it makes it feel like, oh, you turn 18 and you're an adult. For the record, I still don't really feel like an adult, but that's neither here nor there. I think that's more about, you know, generations and stuff like that. But I do think that we have to give ourselves credit that like, even if we wouldn't, I don't know that we would have listened. I don't think I would have listened to a lot of the things.
Like that.
Yeah.
It says we don't give kids enough credit, but also kids are dumb. No, literally, it is that. It's like, I think the thing is that I think the best way I could say it, at least for me, is I was expected to be an adult and behave like an adult when it was convenient. When it was like, oh, thank gosh, like I don't have to worry about you. But then the moment that I would exercise that for my own benefit because I was capable of doing such, it was like, you're just a child. You don't understand. And it's like, no, you just don't want to give me the same. You want me to be at this level when it's convenient for you, but you don't like that energy when it's not being controlled by you. And that's the difference. And so I think it's like kids can be dumb, but humans in general, we all can be dumb, no matter what age. But it's like we pretend that kids don't have awareness on things because we are uncomfortable with them knowing certain things. But like, they are more aware than we give them credit for, but they also may not have the discernment built up, I guess would be the way I would say it. Like sometimes I knew fully what was going on. It doesn't necessarily mean I knew how to handle it. Like, but to say that I don't understand or grasp the situation is wrong. I just may not have had the maturity and discernment to be able to address the issue. But don't say I didn't understand the issue. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it was for me. There were times when my parents would tell me stuff I knew was right, but because they said it, I would be like, no. Oh, yeah. It's like when it's coming from someone that you're like, I don't want to hear it from you, even if like you really sit and think about it, you knew that they were saying. It's like, the worst ones are like when your like family knows that someone's not good news. Like a friend. You're like, that person, I don't think that's a good friend. And you're like, you don't understand them. And it's like, no, they just were a shitty friend. Like, you just didn't want to accept that they were a shitty friend.
For example, like, I was like, oh, maybe I should stop being funny on the internet and maybe people will realize how talented I am. Or start taking my music and art more serious.
But when you're starting out, you're trying to get that attention.
But you don't realize it till you're 25. I didn't know.
How old are you now?
Because I'm 28 now.
Yeah, you're looking good with it.
I'm terrified. I'm fucking terrified, dude.
Of what?
I'm just scared of getting fat and just gross. And because I see it. I see niggas start getting money. They eat everywhere. They let themselves go. Think about it. What, they wake up at noon. First thing they do, they smoke, they kick it. Fuck, we gonna eat? Yeah. They smoke again, they go eat. They not running, they not really doing activities. Luckily, I ride my bike all the time and we go to Trampoline World and play tag. We played tag the other day. But a lot of people let themselves go.
You don't smoke?
Not at all.
Never have?
I have before.
Yeah.
I was like, last time I did that, I was 19.
Yeah. Then, and it was an unproductive experience.
It's just not for me. You know, I ain't knocking it, but it's just
and
definitely
you don't drink?
not for me. Never been drunk in my life.
Never been drunk in your life? And you eat well, because I just saw what you ate, so you definitely
I eat all right. I eat like a 5-year-old still a little bit, just cupcakes and shit. But I'm active, so luckily I'm good. But niggas should be gone by. I know niggas 21. I'm like, bro, you were
You look
gross.
29.
You look 80.
I want to talk to you about, and this is going to seem like the weirdest thing to focus on because it really is obviously just a personal enjoyment thing for you. But I really have like become quite obsessed with the fact that, you know, you are single-handedly promoting the idea of riding a bike.
And
I just love the fact that
Look.
that's so important to you because it's obviously way more than just an A to B scenario. Every time I see you in Los Angeles by accident, you're on your bike.
That brings me so much joy. I don't know what it is. I love riding my bike, especially during golden hour and having like the perfect songs on and the sun just on me. I'm so happy. And everyone has something that gives them a ridiculous, immense amount of joy. I just love it. I love when it's 5 of us and we just go get lost. We literally put them in the fucking back of the pickup truck and it's like, where we going? I don't know. I tell my bodyguard, I don't know. Let's just go towards Palos Verdes or fucking Santa Barbara. Oh, this is a cool street, and we get out and we will ride. We rode, the most I think we did was 35 miles.
That's amazing.
Man, I love it. I think more people need to go outside.
What was the best ride you ever had? Can you remember the best day you ever had on your bike?
It's 2 days. So it was tour 2017. The Ooze by King Krul is out. So that's like the album of the month. And we're in St. Louis, and we're just riding around the city. And it's fucking cold. And I'm from LA. It's like this 24/7. So it's probably only 40, but we are dying. So we're riding, and we see this park, go to this park, and it's no leaves on the trees. They're all on the ground in piles. And we stop and we're like, what the f? And I've never seen no shit like this, because at least where I live in LA, it's not, it'd be green still.
Yeah.
And it's just all these different color leaves just on the ground.
Hello, Dubby Doo. Are you just gonna stare at me? He's just popped up behind I'm about to say the TV, the computer, and he's just like this. And I'm like, okay, hi.
Around, just
in these
there.
neat piles.
And we just get off our bikes and we're looking and we start falling into them and playing in them. It's a video somewhere. And everyone was like, bro, you never seen that? But it's like, no, this is brand new to me. And it's crazy. Like, I was like, what was I, 26? And it was still something.
I do. We will sit here and have like glaring contests. Stare back to assert dominance. No, literally though. We'll sit and glare at each other for like longer than I probably should be glaring back and forth at the cat. I think we're all past the point of thinking that I'm anything but weird. But yeah, no, we do that often. We just glare. And then he eventually will just like lick his paw and like turn. And I'm like,
so brand new to me like that.
Cool.
And just that riding around, we went to Chick-fil-A, it was something so simple, nothing crazy, but it's those simple moments that no McLaren, no amount of money could ever. I love that shit. And then 2017, A Week Flower Boy came out. It was the one day that I didn't have to go do press or anything. And me, Jasper, and Wyatt, we skated around the island of New York, just went. We didn't know where we were going. We just really got lost. And it was just fun. I don't know, we didn't have a destination. We knew we could do anything, buy anything, whatever, but the sun was out. And in New York, because the buildings and stuff, see, out here in LA, the sun's on everything. But out there, because there's so many buildings and stuff, when the sun comes through, one of the cracks is so potent and yellow.
Yeah.
And we took a break at the Chelsea Market and we sat down. And it was wider, Jasper. Wyatt was sitting down on the curb and I took this photo. And it's my favorite photo I ever took because that day was so perfect. The album just came out, it was doing good. The TV show, the shoes, everything was good. And we just skated around, sweated for no fucking reason. And it's one of the best moments ever. And that story just went nowhere. But that's the shit I remember that I'm like, oh, that's,
There's a couple of
I was literally talking to someone about that, and then I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about that too. And it was just talking about how, like, not to dismiss some of the like really cool things I've done, but it is, I do think sometimes we forget like some of the most impactful or like nostalgic moments are those types of stories where it's like it wasn't necessarily because you got to see something totally crazy, but it's just like these small things that you remember the moment because of something small. You know, it's like I can vividly picture this one. I mean, it was a trip, so like it was a bigger deal, but it wasn't necessarily like some of the bigger things I did. It was like sitting at this giant window in this like little cabin type thing and just like watching the snowfall. And like I can picture that so vividly. I can feel like the cold coming through the window. And it was mesmerizing. It was just like, but it was just a quiet morning. Like it was just watching that. My friends, the two people I was there with, were like getting ready, and I had already got ready, and I just remember sitting there, and it's like I can picture that moment so vividly. But then something that is like would quote be like a bigger deal, it's like I don't really remember that moment as heavily. And I think that sometimes we gloss over those like really simple moments.
People who showed up on a record that I want to talk about real quick, because I was really pleasantly surprised that you collaborated with him. And one is Ali, you know, LaRue, who's such an amazing kind of like pop star for me, and someone who's like has made some really deep pop music. And I wonder how that happened, just because that popped out. Like
just her voice, man. It's something about the tone of that voice it's light, but it has depth to it, and when it's layered and harmonized, I just thought it was great. So I was
she
like,
also has a super 80s tone too.
Yeah, it's that cut 80s hit, and that's what I was looking for on. I needed that for Thank You, and I got her on there, and she did some stuff and run out of time, but I didn't end up keeping it. But we're definitely gonna do something in the future.
I was gonna
sure.
say, man, you producing with her would be epic. Like that's got to be on the list. That'd be sick.
It's so cool, man.
I think you've called your publishing, or definitely you've called some part of your business "A Boy Is a Gun," and you know the song "A Boy Is a Gun" to me.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. I still have that song on a playlist. And there's another one or two that I have saved.
Is like one of the centerpieces of the record, just because it kind of sums up all the elements of the record that I love, right? It has that kind of like timeless soul, but it's like a modern take on it. You play around with it. You don't just hang your hook on that, like, oh, here's a sample, I'll rap over that. Yeah. It comes in, it comes out. The whole thing is super playful. And yet the song itself is this yearning for like acceptance, you know? And
yeah, that song's like, f you, but no, don't leave.
Don't leave.
But f you, but like, and I just wanted to rap, it's more I'm just talking, and it's a lot of the songs are very specific things too. It's not just like, take your hoodie off while you hide your face from me. Like,
I love that line. I love that line.
Thinking of that, I'm thinking of the moment of that moment, and then I went home and wrote. But it's that one is a moment. Lionel always said, Lionel, would you say that song sounds like "A Boy Is a Gun"? Yeah, he said it sound like a 1973 argument where we're following each other in the house and and that
boy, don't shoot me down. It's when the conversation switches. But
it's I love that song. It's so, and I used to suck at sampling. I think I would overthink or be wanting to add other shit, but that worked out.
Oh, perfect. It's so perfect. When it comes back in with the old soul sample, and it's just the whole thing is such a beautiful moment.
Because I'll start listening to it. I was listening to the song, I was like, oh, I would do that. Oh, I would put this here. Oh, no, I'll let that go for 3 bars instead of 4. And I'll start rearranging. So then I'll just go home and be like, let me just cut this up.
It's super hard as well when you have a sample that's like that dominant. Like anyone else would just, like I said, make the track around that sample. But you know, that sample really is subservient to your arrangement.
Yeah. It's all about how you arrange in structure. I really start paying attention to structure like 2016.
And who does it well?
Like when I retaught myself how to write songs.
Like who does it really well? Like who do you think, like if we're talking specifically about the kind of people that take liberties with song structure for the better and add value by being unique, like who do you love?
I think Drake is really good with song structure.
I agree. I think Frank is really good at song structure.
I think Frank's really good at song structure.
Dude,
I mean, of course, early Neptunes is just to the point with song structure, but keeps it interesting. Just pop. I think Started From the Bottom is one of the greatest pop songs
without a
written of
shadow
all
of a
time.
doubt.
Ever.
Totally,
Really.
totally. It's also one of the illest beats. Like, if we can just talk about beats for a second, you're gonna create a playlist of just the sickest beats.
Yeah,
Like, it's just so incredible, that track. It's unbelievable.
Again, just starting to pay attention to songs that I've already loved. So what Stevie was doing.
Have you had any experience with Stevie? Like, have you had like a meaningful creative experience with him?
I met that nigga once. I was with Dave Chappelle. He was like, Stevie. And looked. And Dave was like, this is Tyler. And Steve was like, hi, nice to meet you. I was like, what's up? I like your shit. I be stealing your chords. He was like, thanks. And then the nigga looked away, and I was like, for sure. I walked off.
At least you can walk away with a clear conscience. At least you owned up to it.
All right, later, it was sick.
Going through it now again, I see Kanye on here. Rap verse on pop.
I love that he's like, let's move around a bit.
But tell us a story about that.
He's great.
I think so.
I love Kanye, because I love that nigga. I think Ye is in my top 3 Kanye albums. I heard Violent Crimes and I cried. It's crazy how honest he was on that album and made it sound cool.
He's been honest for a long time.
But it's a different honesty on that fucking Ye album.
Yeah.
His 100 grand to turn your best friend to an op. Yeah, that's dark.
Totally.
I love that fucking album.
He doesn't hold back.
Except when the drums come in on the intro. Yeah, but I love that album.
You know, my favorite rock verses ever is from Good Music is Pusha T when he goes, the president of Good Music has been announced, and you go, congratulations, and he goes, $250,000 and that check don't bounce. You think,
that check don't bounce.
That's a light salary. They're not paying you a lot to be the president. I was like, I appreciate the honesty, but you might want to go and seek a raise, bro.
Pusha T is my favorite rapper. That nigga hit me when the album came out and said I killed it, and I replied back, you don't know how much this mean to me. I love that nigga.
Yeah, man, because he's...
I really do.
Yeah, quality and consistency comes out of his music is always amazing.
I love him.
You were working up at Conway, and obviously Pharrell's on the record too, but I mean, that's a deep relationship that you guys have forged. And I feel like if there was anyone that was going to be somebody that you would look to as a peer, but also someone who's kind of inspired you musically and the way that he approached chords and all the things that matter to you,
I love that man. That man's my damn father.
That's where it's at.
I love him. And it's deeper than just being a fan of his music. I mean, just on a behind the scenes level, he's opened the doors for me in so many ways. I'm forever in debt to that man. Like, for real. For real.
Can you think of one really cool bit of advice or one thing he said to you that really stuck? Because I know you collect that stuff.
He just said it's a difference between getting old and getting older. Getting older is just wiser and being more aware and things. But some niggas get old. Some people just try to. Rakim is still out here in do-rags and Pelly jackets, being stuck at a time and getting old, and he just told me to just never get old, stay getting older.
So I got to ask the question because I've danced around it a little bit, and then we're going to...
We've talked about that before. I'm a big believer in that. I just feel like I don't know what people gain other than, I mean, sometimes people just want other people to be miserable. And I mean, like, that sounds dark and that sounds like pessimistic, but like, that's the truth. Like, the reality is a lot of people just want other people to be unhappy. And that's something that, one, I'll never understand, but two, there is only so much that we can change at a given time. Right? Like, and that's not to put boundaries. Like, I'm all like, let's keep pressing forward. Let's keep moving like we can change everything. Because if you're not, then you're really not going to make a change. But I think it's also balancing that out with, like, there is progress does take time, and you also have to worry about people, like, things backsliding, which is obviously very, very evident right now. But this idea of, like, societal expectations and, like, I've never in the same way I really don't understand hierarchy, I also just like social norms just like don't make sense to me. I mean, that's also spectrum stuff talking, but you know, I just I just can't imagine that, you know, it's like that comment I've talked about this before of like people being like with like my headphones. Like these really piss people off. Like they really piss people off because people's expectations of like they're for child. Why? Like why does that have to be for a child? Why did we decide collectively like that you couldn't wear like cuter headphones? Like I think these are cute. I like them. And that's enough for me. And they're not hurting or harming anybody else. The same thing with like, you know, I've had people comment on it being like, you know, like if I wear like my like more like tech kind of wear pants, they're not super actually tech wear, but you know what I mean? Like with like a lot of like buckles and things like that. Or like I have a bodysuit that has like a buckle here. And the amount of people that angered on YouTube, I was like, why? Like I do not, first of all, I would never click on someone's video and be like, I just would never, I would just like exit. But I just like, I don't even think about other people's clothing. If I like it, I'll be like, I'll compliment someone and then I move on. But if it's not for me, I'm like, it's not for me and that's fine. I'm glad they're wearing something they enjoy. Like all the invisible rules for what? We have such a small, finite amount of time on this earth. Wear the freaking cat ear headphones and wear things that make you feel comfortable and feel at home in your own body. What do you mean? I don't get
Finish
it.
up, but I wanted to ask this question.
Oh, and where I was going with that was just like, and the same thing with like being youthful. Like, I mean, it's not just like the physical stuff. Like, you know, like when you get older, like people expect women to like cut their hair. Why? Like, if that's what you want to do, great. But like, why? Or like this age appropriate, not talking about children, that's different. That's not even part of the conversation. But like, if you're an adult, like, who freaking cares? But it's also in behaviors where it's like, I can be serious. I can walk into, it does not bother me I can walk into a boardroom and I can have a presentation. I can talk to top CEOs. I've done it before. I've gone head to head with ones. Like, I've done that. I know I'm capable of that. And if you threw me in it again, I could do it again. But why would I carry that energy 24/7? Like, why not have fun and do things that make you excited? Like him talking about like going to the trampoline park. Go to the freaking trampoline park. Do a cartwheel down a runway, Betsy Johnson. Like, she was like 80 doing that. Like,
and I want to say this with the most respect because
thank you.
I think
Talk to him. Yeah, no, I get very annoyed with this conversation where I'm like, people are like, they act like there's a difference in being immature and not being able to hold a conversation and not being able to operate in certain spheres. Like, yeah, sometimes you do have to act a little bit differently with your friends than how you do in like a corporate environment. Yes, obviously. There's a difference between I can acknowledge those things and I can behave, quote, quote, in the way that I should, quote, quote. But that does not mean that I need to be like that 24/7, 365. And that does not equate to immaturity. If I can be goofy and silly and lighthearted and keep some of that youthfulness, there's enough dark in the world.
where you're at in your career right now is just you're
Yeah, no, that's good. I feel like that's fair. Perhaps social norms is the wrong term, but I associate it with knowing what is or isn't appropriate to say or do. No, exactly. And also, yeah, we'll probably take a break for like 5 minutes as soon as this is done for me to go run and get another drink, and then we'll do the freestyles probably.
you're on the best wave ever. And the fact you had
Wait, no, the Grammys. It depends on how long the Grammys take. Because there's the Grammys and then there's the freestyles, right?
one with this album, the most adventurous, honest record you've ever made. Like, seriously, respect with that.
Thank
man.
you.
Like, it's so deserved.
Hype.
But I
I'll
can't.
tell Billie Eilish me up next week.
Yeah, but that's okay, because
That bitch is big.
she absolutely...
That nigga came from nowhere.
She's totally deserving of his spot right now. That album is mind-blowing. Do you love that album, by the way?
I think it's sick. I like her. I think I just want her to just keep doing her damn thing.
Yeah, she will, though. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
Like, if she's having this kind of success right now and this kind of, and not compromising...
I want to work with her.
Oh, that would be...
I don't know what the...
That would be cool. What is this, 2017? What album would that have been?
we would make. Even if it don't come out, if it's trash, I still just want to see what we could...
Yeah, you guys would make incredible work. That can happen. I'm sure that can happen.
2019.
I wanted to ask you
right.
this. So I know you don't look back, but I've noticed in the last
that's what I was,
decade,
that's what I assumed, that it was where do we fall asleep? I thought it was when do we... No, it is when do we... Where do we go? My brain just low-key short-circuited, so...
that there is one crew or one thing that has had the most impact on young independent creative spirits, and that is Odd Future. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. When you guys came out and you established your own independent lane, and you were just uncompromising, and then you were like open about who you were and what you liked and what you didn't like, and you weren't scared, and you've grown up in public, and so much greatness has come out of that. And I wonder whether there's ever an opportunity for that to be reflected and documented the right way.
I didn't even, and I still don't think I know the impact that we may have had on a generation.
It's huge.
I was with Lionel 2 weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, look at how these kids are dressed. And I was like, but like all the kids are dressed like this. Now, and not all the kids, I mean, just the ones who I was talking about specifically. It's like, man, like, I remember being 17 and that I was the fucking outlier. I couldn't, everyone was like, what the fuck you were? And I thought it was so sick that they all have each other. Like, oh, look at this. Look at these overalls, or this tee I got, or these, like, I thought that was cool. And someone was like, yeah, you know that's because of you. And I was like, I mean, maybe, but I don't know how important Odd Future was. And it's because I just lived in it. We was just doing our thing. We was just being us. And
isn't it up to somebody to convince you of that? Because it would be kind of like you say, a strange observation, a strange realization, like, we're really important. And by the time you do that, you have very little lane to travel anymore, so you only look back. And you only live in your past successes. You've got so much more to do. But
so much. And I'm aware of the influence we've had on certain shit, but I don't think I'll know how much deeper it goes aside from some people starting to wear certain shirts or people's album artwork. Like, other than that, I don't know.
It's way more than that. It's the bravery to be able to come out and speak openly about, you know, how you feel, you know, anxiety, depression, sexual preference, you know, who you are as an individual, how you feel about you know, the country you live in, all the stuff that you guys did without making a fucking scene out of it. Like, you never came out and made a statement. You were just like, this is how I feel, like it or lump it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how I am. You know me. It's just, I wish more people was like that. A lot of people are taking that now, though, and making it fucking, like, not cool. Everyone's getting canceled. Everyone, I have anxiety. I can't close the door to my refrigerator because people are making such a scene out of this shit now, and it's annoying. And I hope that opened the door for a lot more people to just be honest with themselves and not try to fit in or whatever. If you don't like something, if you like something, just fucking do it.
I would just like
go on with
one moment that lasted like an hour or an hour and a half that correctly told that story, endorsed by all of the stakeholders, directed by someone sick, with you being interviewed before you're 60.
I love those guys. I talked to Damo earlier today, actually. It's crazy, like, some kids, man, and then, you know, from Sid and Earl and Frank, like,
and everyone's still
so
good,
cool.
right? Like, everyone's kind of still good.
It's
like,
crazy.
It's rare that it lands that way and that you're able to look back on that experience.
Yeah, Left Brain hit me the other day just with a congrats, and it's like, and it's sick. Like, man, I hit Tebe up the other day, and I was like, he made this comment, and he said, people don't realize we got famous off our first ideas, our rough drafts. This was 19. Like, finished editing Yonkers when I was 18 years old.
That's so fucking crazy.
Or was I 19?
That is so
but
crazy.
People don't realize like we got famous off our first.
No, but that is so true too. And I think that we don't necessarily sometimes talk enough about like when did someone, like everything is nuanced, right? Like, and I think there's everything is a balance, and sometimes we can talk about nuance so much that we lose the core of what we need to be talking about. So, and I acknowledge that that is an issue, but I think a lot of times we gloss over things that add context that it does impact. Like I've said this before, like intentionality matters. Like it's not to absolve you of certain things, but there is, it's just like, I mean, I hate to use the legal system because it is fucked up. So like, I'm not saying it's a good standard, because it's not. We know it's not. And we know that it's also like extremely racist and misogynistic and all of these things. So like, I'm not saying that's a gold standard, but I mean, in theory, like the theory of intentionality mattering to the level of degree of something, of like, did you premeditate? Like, did you plan this, or was this in like an act in the moment? Like these things do change the way that it doesn't mean that you're, like I said, like you're absolved of everything, but it does play a part. And I think that same way about like when people entered in fame, because I can't imagine, like, we talk about like the mistakes you make as a kid and the mistakes you make as a young adult before you're 25 even. But then to think about that in a spotlight, like that has to like mentally mess with you. And we've seen that. We see that with child stars all the time. And then you have people who have been around for a long time, like Tyler. And like, I know people get mad about talking about this with like Taylor, but like, she was like 15. Her first album has songs on it that she wrote when she was 12 and 13 years old. Her second album won a Grammy for Album of the Year. And when she was writing that, she was like 17, 18. Like that is crazy. And like, I know it's different with Odd Future, because like I understand that they weren't like necessarily like attached to like a label in the same way. Like I don't know enough about them, but I know a lot of their stuff was like them putting their own stuff out and like putting it on the internet. Like I understand that it's different than having like a label, but also like I don't think a lot of people realize like Taylor was at an independent label. She was the first artist that the guy signed when she was like 15. 14, 15. Don't quote me. And that was an independent label. And she stayed there for her first 6 albums. And she was the first signed artist. And then when she left, and like by the time that he sold the label and in as well as her masters and stuff, she made up, I want to say it's between 70 and 80% of the revenue. But it was an independent label. But like, that's crazy to think about, like a literal child and then being thrust into the spotlight like that. And having like every mistake, everything being like under scrutiny. Same thing with Tyler and them. Like that's crazy.
Dumbass ideas before perfecting shit. And I say that like it's beautiful that, for me at least, it's been just this up like.
Sorry, that was loud.
Album 6. Oh, I just got my number 1. When See You Again played on the radio 2 years ago, which it wasn't a bunch. It was the LA radio station. They was looking out. Just Incredible and those guys are really cool. And they looked out and played it a couple times, but that meant so much because like this shit's brand new to me. Like niggas come out the gate, number 1 album, popping song, private jets, like it's been a steady slope for me.
People are bought in because of all the creativity you've shared with us and it's everything. And I use you as an example, and I hope you don't mind when I'm talking to young artists and they're like, how do we kind of cut through and all of the noise? And I say, you have to look at it as not a job. You have to look at creativity as a life, and you have to wake up and want to create all the time. And I use you as the prime example of someone who has real estate on Fairfax, and real estate on the internet, and real estate in the app store, and real estate in the music game, and real estate in videos, and real estate in, it's just like you have all of these things.
A lot of these guys' intent is money. These favorite rappers.
Yeah. No, and I think that's fair too, because like you said, like, it doesn't always... It's not always like gonna be perfect where you just perfectly blow up and it's like a steady incline at all times. Like, that's not life. Like, that's not the way it usually works.
All right, they come up, they fire, and what were they working for? Because they want the bitches, the money, the cars, and when they get that, it's nothing driving them. What drives me is getting an idea executed. And every time I have an idea, it shoots for that. It's not about having I don't give a fuck about Spotify playlist. I don't give a fuck about Apple playlists. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But when something I work hard on is on there and I'm next to the biggest song in the world, it's like, oh, wow, this idea made it to that. Oh, shit. Well, yeah, hey, everyone, look, this is what sitting in my room for hours, 7 a.m. every morning.
Have a good day.
On album 6, like, oh, I'm not shit yet. Let me perfect this idea in this melody, in this progression, and let me sit on Photoshop for hours and do this. No, the coloring in its video is not right.
You didn't even say hello to me for 10 minutes when I came in the studio, and I wasn't even offended because you were so deep in your Photoshop.
It's not.
You were so deep in that experience.
It's 2 years. I fucking spend so much time on this shit.
Yeah.
And whether or not people like it, whatever I just want the idea
I also appreciate this so much because I do think that we have, and like this kind of goes into the whole like, this goes into the whole cringe conversation, right? It's like the slippery slope I personally feel with that is I know that it's hard to like quote fail in front of more eyes. And that's the thing is like I understand from both sides. I feel like older generations or even millennials are like we fought really hard a lot of times with our parents, and I can't speak too much about, I can only speak to like what I experienced, right? But I feel like we spent a lot of times like, my mom, for example, I've talked about this before, is like the keeping up with the Joneses idea, the idea of like you're presenting this like facade. And I think part of when the internet was doing and social media was doing kind of like its best, like, yeah, a lot of people still did the curated thing. And I recognize that, but there also was a lot, and there still is pockets of that, of like really deep realness and feeling understood that you are not the only person who feels the way that you feel. Like you are not alone, even when it's something that feels like you've never met someone like you, And I think that's when social media is its best. And when we're like seeing other viewpoints, like that's the best of it. But that's the thing I kind of hate about, and like why I have issues with the whole like cringe thing, is because it's like in some ways, and I'm not trying to, like I said, rose-colored glasses, social media, and act like it wasn't curated at the beginning, because there were pockets of that, don't get me wrong. But I feel like there was a lot of like connections being made and realness being explored as well, especially in like the earlier days of TikTok, where people were not being as like stylized and that sort of aesthetic and all of that. But it's like we fought really hard to be like, no, like we're not going to keep this behind closed doors. Like it's like with mental health, like we're not just going to like put it in the back or treat it like we have for a lot of history, where it's like we just threw those people away. We just hid those people away, or we hurt them, or worse. And it's like, I understand from like a younger side that it's like, yeah, but you got to fail in front of your like people who were around you. You didn't fail where potentially millions of people could see it, right? Like something could go viral. And so it's like, I see both sides, but I just feel like you have to be able to be a little willing to be a little goofy, be a little silly, and not worry about this perfectly curated image, because the pendulum just swings back the other way. And it's like he's talking about, I think it's really important to remember that like we're gonna fail, and like it's also okay to try. Like I try so hard. I have always tried hard. Like I am not anybody who ever perceived it as like effortless or like it came naturally. It does not. I do not naturally, like me just being interacting with humans is not natural for me, okay? Like I don't fit in, and like yeah, some of that's masked. Like I developed a way to like fit in to a certain extent, but like I've always been, I would say a lot of people perceived me as being odd. Like it's like you're just not quite, and it's like, and that was from trying so hard. And like it's okay to try and fail, and it's also okay to try and succeed and show other people that there was effort put into it. Like it wasn't effortless. And like I said, I mean, I understand both sides to a certain extent, and everything is a balance, but it's just like I hate seeing that so much with this idea of like trying equates to being cringy, because it's like there's very few things in life that you don't have to put effort into. And there's very few things that you're just going to naturally be perfect at. And if the only thing you ever do is go after the things that you're perfectly good at, and you never push those boundaries, like there's so much that you're missing out on.
Executed. And when that happens,
I mean, some of us were here for the beginning of YouTube. Imagine that. No, really though. Those were some days. Those were some days.
And it goes #1, bro. That shit means a lot.
Yeah.
This album isn't just fucking. I didn't think people would like this album based on everyone hating Cherry Bomb so fucking much.
People don't hate it that much.
No. Everyone hated it. It was a small sector of people that liked it. And because I put the instrumentals out, people were coming across to it and starting to appreciate it. When that shit came out, everyone fucking hated it, bro. Everyone fucking hated it. Everyone didn't understand it. This is fake nerd shit. Actually, no, because your fucking music taste is so fucking surface level, you wouldn't even know where this is actually from, because that's the only fucking gauge of anything that's black and weird that you could get this from, but that's actually from this. And I'm not saying the album's good or bad. I'm just saying people fucking hated that fucking album. So when I put this out and it beat first week, and again, I don't make shit to beat first week or beat radio or whatever, but for this work of art and that album cover and these videos and me doing this suit wig thing beat, and this is no disrespect to Khaled or anyone, but this nigga had every person in the industry, everyone on that fucking album, everyone, Cardi B, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, Post Malone, Beyonce, Jay, everyone who sells billions of records, and the fact that I beat him with this that isn't parallel to all the popping music right now was fucking crazy, bro. Are you serious?
Well, and also though, to that extent, and I'm not saying that he's wrong, but again, everything's a balance. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's also like, I also think it's, if the only reason you're doing something is because of the money is the deal, like if you have zero, like if money was not a part of it, you would hate it. That is not what I'm talking about. But I also think that sometimes with art in particular, it gets kind of villainized when you're like, you are a little competitive, or you do kind of want the accolades. Like if that's the only reason you're doing it, no, that's not genuine. But I also think that like for example, when people are like, the moment someone becomes like commercially successful, they're a sellout. It's like, I just think that we put a little bit too much emphasis on that when it comes to art, because it's like, first of all, art and like the arts and the humanities is so important, and history has shown us that it is so important, and we don't value that. Like generally as a society, we don't value that. That's why it's like anytime someone's like, I want to be an artist, there's so many parents out there who are like, do a real career, or don't study that, or don't waste money on this. And it's like the devaluing of arts has been something that has been like up and down all throughout history. And then you like, it's only with hindsight that a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, no, that was so important. And I just think there is a level of which it's like, I think it has to be with the genuineness and it has to be with the intention. But like, I'm glad that he's just doing what makes him happy. And I think it is when you're doing something that makes you happy, not letting that creative expression get bogged down too much by the commercial viability. I think that is important. But I also think that like it's okay for an artist to want to be successful, because that means that like they'll get to continue doing their art, or they'll get access to more things so they can produce more. I think it's okay to be like, wow, it is kind of cool that I won this award. Do I think every award is like, there's no politics involved and all that? No. But I think it's a balance. I think there is a balance that can be said of saying, you can't let that be your only driving force. But appreciating it is also not the worst thing in the world. Like, I think both things can be true. For context, DJ Khaled, they dropped their albums the same day. He beat him the first week and got the #1, and Khaled was mad at this mysterious music. No, I literally remember that. I don't remember the album. I didn't hear Igor, but I remember there being like issues, because I remember this was like peak Flower Boy and Igor were peak times where like one of my best friends is a huge Tyler the Creator fan. And like, I remember her talking about this and being like, there's drama. Couldn't tell you any more than that, but I did actually know that, shockingly enough.
Like, that was insane to me. And it's new to me, bro. I'm on album 5 and 6.
Yeah, I'm stoked for you.
And it's work, it's effort, it's work. This is fucking, whether it's like it or not, bro, it's so much work and detail put into this shit. Like,
before you go, I gotta ask you, I have to ask you, man.
I'm so proud of myself.
Dude, you should be, man.
I'm hyped. P FaceTime me, blah, blah, blah. I told him, blah, 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 blah. I was happy. Yay, I talked to you. Like, I'm talking to these people that I love who are proud of me. And I hung up and I'm like, all right, sick. This week's cool, but that don't mean shit. That little #1 is baby scale shit in the grand scale. Like, all right, back to work, back to this movie shit. Make sure this shit's good. Make sure, like, that #1 is baby shit, bro. I'm fucking.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, your album going #2 is still an insane accomplishment. Absolutely. Your album getting on a chart at all is an amazing feat. Like, that's crazy. Like, there are so many people who may never get that. And there's also validity in that too, because like there has to be a level of like, again, this is where it's like we cannot get too bogged down. And this is why, like, in a larger scale, not to get too like into the political of it all, but it's also just like that's the issue with like purity politics. It's like everything is a balance. Like, no human is perfect. We are all going to make mistakes. And it's like, what the part to me that I always try to look at in things is like looking at the intention and then looking about what happens next. Like, what do you do about it? Like, not just what do you say about it, like what do you do going forward? And it's the same thing here in like us in a different way, but it's like you can make such an impact and still never be commercially super successful or critically acclaimed. And there is such validity in that. And vice versa. You can, because everything is, it's like, I don't want to get too much into the like nothing means anything, because I don't believe in that either. But it's like everything has to be a balance, because there is no there's not a perfect formula that it just like, that's it. That's the perfect formula. It's like there is validity in so many different ways in operating. And like you may never get that critical success and you can still be an incredible artist, but you can also get critical success and that doesn't mean that you're just like a sellout and mid. Like we try to put boxes on too many things that are life is way more of a spectrum than it is actual checkboxes.
So grateful and happy, but don't get it f***ed up. That shit is baby shit. Because I still gotta, I think I have one of the best festivals. Like I have top 3 festivals right now.
That's awesome.
It's Coachella, then it's me, and then I don't know who the f*** ever is next. But I have to make sure I keep pushing that to get to #1 at some point.
What's the movie?
Oh, I'm gonna make movies at some point.
You got a script already ready to go? Got ideas?
Maybe, who knows? I don't know.
I have to ask you before you go, now you can tour, and you can tour the world.
Yeah.
Like not 95% of the world, but like the world.
I could go back to the UK, dude.
To the UK.
I could go back to the UK.
Which is so crazy. And we were gonna have a conversation when that first happened. We were somehow dancing around the idea of having a conversation. It just didn't land and it wasn't the right time. And then you've just been back to the UK, chaos ensued, healthy chaos, excitement. But now you've got you've got official shows. Can you even imagine what it's gonna be like stepping on that stage?
It's gonna be fucking insane. And I'm so hyped, man. I'm happy to go back. I'm hyped, man. And I'm happy it's gonna be great. It's work to do though. It's fucking work to do.
Yeah,
a lot.
I love how poor Zayn, he's like, I feel like there was parts of that he was like, I didn't go but I liked that. That was good. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me catch up on chat and then. It definitely bruised the ego. The whole personality is we the best. That's really funny. Let's see what else. People resonating with your art should outweigh anything else. Yeah, no, exactly. No, absolutely. It's just like, it's that balance. It's like, I just think sometimes we get too much into what is the right thing on on all sides. And like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes too I've been accused of this before, of like being too like neutral on certain things, not on like, I'm not talking about like human rights, okay? I think I've made those stances really freaking clear, and if I haven't, I don't really know what else to do because I feel like I make that stuff pretty clear. But more in the sense of like, we sometimes like, we villainize the like perfect way on both sides, and it's like sometimes like that's just not life. Like life is not black and white. Life is all the shades of gray, black, white, purple, rainbow. Like it's literally so many things. And there's always so many different factors that you have to kind of like take into consideration. Didn't chromacopia resonating with, okay, wait, I already read that one. Hold on. Chromacopia, I do like 3,000 and dropped on it dropped on a Monday? That's wild. Now he's in a movie with Timothy Chalamet, and a pop star that you like was in attendance this year. In attendance where? Wait, I missed something. Huh? I think I missed the context for that. Oh, at Camp Flognog. Got it. Yeah. Marty's on Christmas. He's been working on that film for like years. That's crazy. 6 years. It's still crazy they banned him in the UK. Yeah, no, literally. Yeah, it was Billy, right? Because Billy was there, right? Okay, we're going to take a quick little pause. Can I have 2 things? One, the Grammys performance, is it also on his YouTube? I know the interview after the Grammy performance is there, but is the Grammy performance there? If so, I got it. If there's a different link, yes? Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, I will get those up as soon as I get back. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'm gonna run to the restroom and then we will start back. I will not leave you guys though without anything. I'm going to put on, if I could open things, we'll just actually put on IGOR since that's the topic of conversation. Sorry that took so long. I got lunch brought to me. I was like, I'm really hungry because it's 12:30 for me. So I just scarfed down like almost an entire like sub. I was like trying to do that because I was like, oh my God, I've been leaving them too long. Also, hoping I don't have anything in my teeth. Sorry. I also need to take my medication. Okay, but we're back and feeling much better than I was before. Just to get a little bit of sustenance other than what y'all saw me eating at the very beginning of the live was the, look, I know, I shouldn't be supporting. And I don't do a lot of coffee shops unless I'm like going somewhere to work, and I really don't do that much anymore. I always try to do local. But there's one thing, I can't resist it. And I know I should not support Starbucks, okay? But like, they have this sugar plum fairy, not fairy. It's not a fairy. That's just the nutcracker. It's a sugar plum, I think it's a Danish. Or is it I don't remember, but the point is it's seasonal and I only get it and they've been sold out. So I got my first one yesterday, and because it's been sold out the few times I've looked, I bought 2. And then I reheated it this morning. And that's what y'all saw me eating this morning. I had like yogurt and stuff like that, like for breakfast a little bit earlier, because I get up at like 5:36 every day. So I had plenty of stuff to do before we got onto live, but I'm not functioning as a human to like talk to people until about 10. That's why I do our lives at 10. So I'm like not a zombie. Anyways, we're focused. I'm not focused, actually. I need to get this up is what I need to do. Do I have those? I may have those. I need to be going to YouTube. YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm typing YouTube into the YouTube search bar. We're doing great. I am not there yet. I am not. Don't tap the glass. Do not play things for me. Please and thank you. Grammys. Okay, so it should be the 2020 Grammys, right? The Earthquake New Magic Wand. That's the one, right? And then what the interview afterwards is also supposed to be on here.
In recent days, there's been a lot of news about the voting process at the Grammys. Has any of that affected the way that you're looking at winning this award today?
I'm half and half on it. On one side, I'm very grateful that what I made could just be, acknowledged in a world like this. But also, it sucks that whenever we, and I mean guys that look like me, do anything that's genre bending or that's anything, they always put it in a rap or urban category, which is, and I don't like that urban word. It's just a politically correct way to say the N-word to me. So when I hear that, I'm just like, why can't we just be in pop? Why can't it just, you know what I mean? So I felt like half of me feels like the rap nomination was a backhanded compliment. Like, oh, my little cousin wants to play the game. Let's give him the unplugged controller so he could shut up and feel good about it. That's what it felt like a bit. But another half of me is very grateful that the art that I made could be acknowledged on a level like this when I don't do the radio stuff. I'm not played in Target. I'm in a whole different world than what a lot of people here listen to. So I'm grateful and like,
No, that makes sense. Cause yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really also if you guys want to send me the freestyle deal, did you already send me that on Discord? I feel like you may have, and I might just be forgetting. While we wait for that. That's I guess to me too, like I've never really understood like, and this may be may sound like really, I don't know what that was. Okay, he said it. Okay, he said it. I thought that's what it was on Discord. Okay, let me switch over. Discord. This may sound like not very well informed, and that's fair, but I guess I never really understood, like, we talk about pop, but like at its core, is isn't pop music. I mean, there is like the genre of pop, but then pop is like pop as in popular music, right? So to me, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, first of all, it's not my place to decide this, but it's just more of me like kind of questioning and kind of just like wondering. It's like part of me, I mean, I'm not saying there doesn't need to be different categories. Like, for example, like rap is like, I want rap to have their own category because like that's really important to like highlight rap as its own thing. But then also like to not allow or to not have like rap in the pop when pop, I feel like today is just more kind of like, because you go on like a pop radio and like sometimes you'll have like country and then you'll have like rap and then you'll have like R&B and then you have like, you know, like you'll have like an indie song. It's just kind of like a mishmash of like what is popular. So hold on, I'm looking. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is it's like you're putting it somewhere where like, to his point, it's like you're just putting it there because you're viewing him, not necessarily what the art is. And so like I totally agree. And that's why it's like when he said pop, like wouldn't that make sense? Because it's like it is popular. And just because he has influences of like there's some rap verses doesn't mean that there's not this whole other range of genres blended into Igor. Right? DM. Got it. Oh, I see it. Okay. I'm opening. Visit. Make my earthquake. I'm going to be singing that. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets confused on what is and isn't considered pop. Yeah, no, literally. Do the second link first. Okay, got it. Yeah, no, exactly. Because I'm like because sometimes we talk about it and it's like for example, like sometimes I see people, you know, will talk about like song structures and they're like, oh, like this is really popular in like in more in the sense of like a genre of pop. But then we also talk about pop being like more generalized, like it's just whatever is popular, regardless of being pulled from these other categories. And so it does kind of confuse me on like the labeling. And a good point, I always just base it off vibes. And I think that's kind of what a lot of people do. I think that's kind of what we have to do because there isn't really, I mean, there may be within the music industry, there may be better like determining factors. I guess maybe the best way to say it is I don't really understand what the criteria and factors are in setting that up, or if that's just like a fundamental misunderstanding from like my point of view, which is interesting. A lot of genres are messy because there isn't necessarily there is a radio category and then there's the genre itself. Yeah, no, that's a good point too. Yeah, because it's like Charlie XCX makes pop music, but she wasn't really on pop radio. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right. Okay. Yeah, actually, you're making light bulbs go off. That pop and R&B were always just separated because of like black and white, and MJ broke that barrier. And then the higher ups in the industry never truly got away from that way of thinking. I mean, per usual, everything goes back to racism. Like that's literally what it all is. It just also, I wish y'all could see, I need to just share my screen because I wish y'all could see, this is the side of my screen right now. So there's that. Okay.
It's real late.
Am I supposed to watch this one from the beginning? The other one you said watch from like the 12-minute mark, but this one I watched the whole thing, right? Because it's only 4 minutes.
Hot 97. When Vince Staples shows up, he raps. You ready, Vincent?
Yeah, man.
Here we go. Vince Staples, Really Hot 97. Let's go.
Just a second bar. I can't count them like that, so I gotta figure it out. All right, here we go. Yeah. Ain't no mirrors on the wall, just a text from all the hoods trying to show you who we are. Hoping that we understood. Never seen no shooting star, but I done shot from out a car. And the question with my thoughts, is he dead or is he good? Questions floating over tattoo heads. Cloud of judgment, death is plunging in this small field there. I watch my feet cause I ain't trying to kick the bucket while I walk across the creek. Cross my heart but never hope to die in case they plot on me. Any young who got a gun feel like he won a lottery. They feeling death with no regrets. It got me sorry for my seed. Hope he grow to be a leader cause that's been a dying breed. Hope his father and his mama still alive to help him see. See my name on my key and niggas die within a week. So I be ignorant to think that he can keep me out the streets. If he choose to let him be, gotta make it on his own. But if he
You can't do that.
He just did. I can't even fathom writing it when I am like me sitting down with my pen, okay? To do that on the fly.
All right, hold on. I got too many verses. I'll be forgetting.
Vince Staples, ladies and gentlemen, freshman 10, in case you're wondering. He's a freshman this year.
All right.
Young Vincent, Long Beach.
All right. Yeah. Prayer couldn't save me from my sinning. Once I see my granny gun, I knew I had to get me one. See them dirty money rolls and wonder where she got them from. April of 2004, remember when the dark begun. When I followed granddaddy Candy, try to make a run. Jerry caught a bullet in his mouth before the Pistons won. Seen it in 2001 in my Aunt Nina car. 13's breathing. Something in the nigga, man, I knew I had to be a part. Something in the nigga, man, I knew I had to be a part. Something in the nigga, man, I knew I had to be a part. Something in the nigga, I knew I had to be a part. Fuck.
You know what I'm gonna do instead?
What?
I just want Tyler to do a freestyle to No Time by Lil' Kim. Don't you think, Ebro, don't you think that's what he should do? Yo.
Oh, cool. I love him so much. Would love if you reacted to stuff. Yeah, no, for sure. And then he does not want to be there. Amazing rapper. Mood. Outcast beat, by the way. That's cool.
Spit a freestyle on this right now.
You got a Justin Bieber instrumental in there, your body.
You got him, Justin.
Yo, there's no time for fake ones. There's real ones. Here we go. This is gonna be
This is like, this would send me into a actual, like, I don't think my heart could physically handle this. Like, that is why I'm like so impressed by rap, because I'm just like, how could you just sit there and come up with that?
hilarious. No matter what happens, the result is good.
Can I just freestyle? Like, I don't be having verses on.
Nah, just freestyle. Just drop bars. Just rap. Like,
y'all don't understand when you be asking niggas to rap, bro. Like, dang.
I know.
I just made a 20-song album.
I know. There's not many bars left.
Turn up a little bit.
Here we go.
Yo. In the studio right now with E-Bro, my nigga Rosenberg right here, and he know that me and Vince go way back, just like LeBron headline against somebody. Shit, I don't know. I don't really watch basketball, but I play with a couple balls. Me and Vincent having threesomes, rolling up the weed crumbs. Niggas know that I'm dumb. Niggas know that he's stupid, and you know I stay there because the stoop kid never leave the stoop. Cop the new coupe, about to cop McLaren after tall with no damn roof, and I be playing guitar. Nigga, I'm damn star. Can't even walk down the street without damn cars with security following, and bad bitches swallowing, and niggas can't see the fucking ice cause it's hollowed in. And shout out Ben Ball, a nigga making checks. Can't think of nothing what's next, but fuck it. Niggas know that I'm going hard. I'm getting rod, fat, imminent, and a dark nigga from Homicide, and Sandra Bullet in the cut and shit. What the fuck? My nigga Lionel buff as fuck, and any bitches in here with big old butts. Nah, this shit is whack. White girl got the flat one. Fuck out the black one. Something got me a stack of money inside the pocket. Nigga can't hold a wallet, but no, I go hard. No, my wallet go yard with the golf on it. Yeah, nigga, I made bread. I don't even rap about rape no more. That shit is dead now. I'm fucking bitches and copping shit that's too damn expensive, and everybody just hate the new shit. They never listen cause I'm not sad. Don't cry about my dad, but shit, I don't know. Getting ass shots after tour. I don't know what's going.
Oh, God. Tyler, the Creator, and Vince Staples, Real Late Hot 97. Yo, Vince, where can people...
what the fuck you first talking?
I cannot. I cannot. That was funny. That was. Oh, I love how I said 12-minute mark. It was 1 hour and 20-minute mark. That was my bad. I saw a 1 and a 2 and I went with it. That was so funny. That like I love with them. I love them just being like, what do you want from me?
Every time I go to introduce this, right, he takes me off of my game to get this record on. It's not a freestyle. We're going to play a beat and some bars. He's gonna possibly rhyme if he feels like rhyme. Is that a good way to put it?
I love his phone, for the record. Also, I have like this hair in my sweatshirt, and it's okay. Maybe it's on this side. There we go. That has been annoying me for way longer than I'd like to admit.
Yeah? Well, what are you listening to?
Taking you off again.
It is, right? And I felt fucking...
Agreed. He does look great in pink.
Fell for it. I fucking fell for it.
Okay.
Oh, so now you... Oh, you don't even... Now you ready?
Yeah, look, I'm giving y'all 9 bars. Y'all just got a 3-hour interview. I'm cute as shit. We just let the world know you are a geek, goop, nerd, fuck.
Goop. He's a goop. Goop.
I'm cute as fuck. I love him for that.
Oh my God, he's a goop. All right, ready? Okay. DJ Juanito's on the set. We're gonna throw this on and get a feel. Let's do it. Ooh. Acting like I didn't hear this beat before.
Hey, it's Tyler, Wolf Haley, Gap Tooth T, Bucket Hat T, Lemon Head Enzo, Lil Bunny Hop.
Have I heard Little Bunny Hop? Did I just gloss over that, or is that new? I feel like I would have commented on that if I had like registered.
Ace the Creator, Thurnis Haley, Cybex, Beeflo.
I think Pharrell gave him that nickname. If that's true, I love that. Little Bunny Hop.
Free Rakim, that's my guy. Ayo, Free Rakim, I might fly to Sweden to free him. Okay, I'm freestyle. I said, Free Rakim, I might fly to Sweden to free him. Braid my wig, ASAP, tat on my ribs, switch with him. Then I can fuck all the sweetened men that I wanna. Actually, I'm gonna heat it up real quick, motherfucker, I'm LeBron. Listen, Flex, we just met, but I know it don't seem like R. Kelly wet dreams. I always keep 16s, nigga.
I feel like this is a hard one to like. There's just like, it's so, I don't know. I feel like that would be harder for me. I mean, let's be real. I couldn't even fathom, like I couldn't even attempt to think of how I could even do something like this. But I'm just saying like, I don't know. Part of me feels like it would be harder to do it over something that doesn't have like a lot of other punchiness. I don't know.
Me and Flex looking in the index for buff net niggas just for some hot butt sex.
What made you go with that verse?
I don't.
What made you with that verse?
I got a little cousin. When I die, he'll probably take my estate. I always tell him being self and always strive to be great. No. My mama a dealer, her son crack, nigga. What's that, nigga? Facts, nigga. Why when they mention black businesses, they never mention me? Dog, I don't know, please see me. Cause if they talking M's, golf did 17 and 18, motherfucker. And that's just one season, Stocks that I own. How much stocks do I own? All of it, the whole bird. That's my broth in the bowl, nigga. Give me a topic, Flex. I can't hear you.
Cars.
Vroom, vroom, zoom, zoom. Sweeping niggas inching like a broom, broom. Yeah, man, you know what it is. Don't even look at my engine, bitch. You can't afford this. That's that motherfucking McLaren. It's 500 made. Got the fucking window tinted cause I needed the shade. And that E30 Beamer that you ain't seen since you was a teener back in 91 when they was doing EMP&D at the arena. Macarena, Hana, Jana, Shada, Raider, Ada. I'm back from LA with Mexicans. They love the Raiders, but I don't watch football. I just watch the crooks ball with them fucking 8 balls, selling it inside the hall of the high school. I was not cool. Niggas thought that I was weird and shit. They kept they space, but it's cool cause now I got they amazing grace, nigga. How many M's? It don't matter how much I make. Just know what it is when you see face the gap tooth nigga, the big ears, and them shoes you ain't seen yet. And yes, if you like them, nigga, I did design it, nigga. How many figures Converse give me for that? Well, I don't know, but out in Bel Air, I just copped a new flat and the flat top on the top of the hat, the one with the G. The store did a couple M's this week. Stop talking to me, dog. Niggas playing around. This is right off the top. This is right off the cock. Me and Flex gonna go round the block and he gonna get.
He always slips something that's a little aggressive, right? A little aggressive. He always gets something that's a little aggressive. Where it makes your ear and your eyebrows go up.
Okay. Listen, they bringing up my past, I don't hide it. Gobbling out now, bitch, buy it. Looking for them tweets, bitch, find it. The cancel couch is fake and I recline it.
Ooh.
Man, I just don't know. Niggas try to come for me, dog. They confidence low, dog. What's going on? I don't got much else to say, so I'ma end this shit. Cause I got a little date with this dude real quick. We gon' go probably get some ice cream and do. Oh, wait a minute. He just got off his damn last shift and he said that his mama can't do the dishes, so he gotta go help her. So I'ma go and weep and go look for someone on Yelp, but that's not a dating gap. So what you use, Tinder, Grindr? Get with all your niggas and get right behind them. What you gon' do, me like your DM and slide them? Flexing me emoji.
No, there was no emoji. I ain't sending emoji. Wait a minute.
Now Flex, why are you lying? Why you trying to play me like Change and 50 Cent when he was dying trying just to get it? I spit it, I read it, hit it, and did it. You hit it, I kiss it, nigga. Scooby-Dooby, Ooby the Looby. Me and Flex was cuddled up watching Scooby-Doo, eating Scooby snacks. He said he wanted my boobies. I said I don't got them. He said whatever, nigga, I rock him. We soccer block him. I can rock him. Taka dock him. He don't eat pork. I thought this nigga was a salam alaikum. Y'all niggas crazy when he called me. I was at the lake, bruh.
Be clear.
In Tahoe, I know, nigga, that's how I go. Igor, niggas worshiping Igor. Niggas be worshiping, they fucking hands is kissing and they knees sore. Free Rakim, and I'm screaming that until they free him.
Be clear.
Be clear, whatever I gotta do, I go get the cheddar, and I don't even like pizza, but whatever, more the better, nigga. My ex-bitch is wetter, nigga. Nah, she dry as fuck. She like the canyon. My niggas in Laurel Canyon. All these white kids, they got the fandom. Think that I'm funny because I'm random. We could be together like a tandem. Man, it's weird as fuck. I keep flirting with Flex and he ain't trying to fuck. Now I'm confused, I'ma leave. I just think that he hate me. I thought I came here so he date me. He talking about a freestyle. Nigga, fuck rap. Fuck that. I was trying to take him back and take off that hat. And we could be like wah, wah, wah on the lips. But that's weird as fuck, man.
Pause!
I'm talking about dick.
Pause!
Pause, nigga. Pause. When we leave, you gon' give me your info, so I call. Say, link when you back in New York. I'm trying to give away a bike. Maybe we should get some dinner at night, nigga.
Charles, Mr. Charles.
Fucking lying.
Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, we there.
Look, man, say less. It's your boy T-Man. All my niggas vegan.
I am just like, how? How? I don't know how long that's been, but I feel like I haven't moved. I mean, I know I fidget a lot, but excuse me, but I'm not me like literally coughing, not being able to breathe. Okay. Anyways, We're doing great, guys. What I feel like I was just like fixated and I was like, it never ends. How?
No, that's fucking weird though. They be eating meat though, but I don't mean it in the pause way. I mean no homo. Glitter on my nails, glitter on my neck. Niggas bitter as hell. They shit don't sell. I'm doing so well. Man, they really hate to see me win, especially cause the gap tooth and I'm dark skinned, but my shit clearer than that ball from Space Jam. I'm that man. I'm that man. See them diamonds on my hand. Why am I talking material shit? I don't even care, but I'm just freestyling this bitch, man. Niggas, they mad, they look. Y'all crooks, me and Jay was just talking about books. I'ma probably build a building in the next 2 years. You wanna come?
Sounds
Nah,
good.
Flex, you wanna come?
He
Pause,
baited me
Flex,
for
you
it.
trying to come?
He baited me for it, right? He baited me for it. I didn't see that when he called me off guard. You got me. You got me. You know
He's like, haha.
what it is, Tyler the Creator, Funk Flex. I appreciate the time we
I
spent,
really
bro.
just freestyled. Like, just off the...
It's tough. I like that.
I wish
enjoyed
you thought more, just gave out more topics, but you was just
Yeah,
staring
no,
at me.
cars was clean, and you showed me a couple mean toys you got there.
Come on.
Let's get one of the toys. I know you're on the road.
I do this, like, I drive. This ain't no, like, I don't get these cars, like, I'm rapping, this is my...
no, I beat on cars.
I drive. I fuck my cars up.
I beat on them too. Pause.
Wow. Pause.
But I do that too.
You know. Oh,
I don't have
meant
no
to say,
trailer queens.
Me and Rocky we did not like each other.
Oh, in the beginning when you first
Yeah,
met.
when we were not friends. Like, it was weird beef, OF, ASAP shit, and it's so crazy. Like, that's my fucking.
You kind of grew at the same time, right? Like I felt like they were over here, you guys were over there.
It was like the same time and shit.
Rocky won't probably bring it up, but they didn't dig me too much.
Rocky would probably bring it up.
No, me and Rocky have talked about it because I was always a big supporter of Dipset, and I didn't it took me a long time to understand ASAP Mob.
Yeah.
Took me a long time.
And look, I get it.
I was slow on them.
You're
I
from
was
a
slow.
different time.
I was slow.
So, like,
Why is it so accurate? It feels like he just turned his flirting with Narwhal into a freestyle. And that is the most accurate comment that's ever happened. Oh my God. Ooh, I am locked in. This is after he's saying he didn't want to rap, by the way. Yeah, no, seriously. Okay, I'm focused.
But when I
but
caught
you
up,
took that mask off and started opening up, and
they
like,
came up here once, and the freestyle was so mean. I was like, oh, nah, these boys. It made me go and listen.
Nah, those are my guy. I love those. It's so crazy you don't like people, and
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, Strauss. You're like he's not playing it. The group's from New York. What the fuck, Flex?
Next time I come here, I'm gonna come with the written verse, because I come from growing up. I was watching 8 Mile. I was listening to Marshall. So like, I was under the impression of freestyle was like off the top of
you're
your
right.
fucking head.
Now listen, that was only
Niggas was spitting writtens, and I'm like, you can't call this.
Writtens didn't come into play until 05, 06.
Like,
prior to that, when Locks used to come up here, KRS-One, I don't even want to forget anybody. Jay.
Like, I was always
G-Unit.
and that's
those
the
are
shit
all,
that I was like, so.
Wait, so wait, hold on. I'm confused. Are they saying, and I may just need to play it and that's fair, but like, so is he saying that like, cause I was also under that impression until just now. So like when it's freestyle, sometimes it is still written beforehand? Or do you just mean like a topic is given so they have time to think about like that topic? Or is it like the actual thing is like wrote out and then, cause like how is that freestyle? And I don't mean that in a mean way. Like I'm genuinely like, I just don't know. Yes. Yes to which part? Sorry, I said a lot of things and I probably should have waited. Be freestyling and it is a Okay, freestyle generally just means free in style, not necessarily tied into a song or a concept or something like that. Oh, okay. So freestyle doesn't necessarily always equate to free, like off the top of the head, like right, like what he did. Like he wasn't thinking about anything. Like he was just like being given topics. They have memorized that freestyling over any beat. Okay. Wordplay. So okay.
That's when you say freestyle.
Common is a very good off the top.
I come off the top, and that's what I would do in school and stuff.
Rappers started performing unreleased verses for freestyles. It's been a thing longer than it hasn't, so it shouldn't be controversial, but it still is at time. Okay. Normally the freestyles you hear are pre-written. What he's doing is very rare. Okay. Not that changes anything, because again, like I'm going to be impressed literally no matter what. But I will say, like, I was under the, like, I guess in my head, I was just thinking freestyle was like completely off like the head kind of thing, like what he's doing. And again, that's not shade, because I could never, like I said, I couldn't just sit there with a pen and even begin. My favorite thing is like when I say that, guys, I mean that so serious. Like you could say, we'll give you a year, and I still probably couldn't do it. Like my dyslexia and syllables and rhyming like that is, I feel like I can compliment and I can, be confident in my own abilities intellectually for a lot of things. That is not one of them at all. Like that is one of the areas that I have the most, like the least confidence in my intelligence. Like that's why I'm always so impressed, because I'm like, couldn't be me.
So like, I don't even know how to, which is very simple, this is me being extra out, but I don't know how to approach coming with a verse that's already written. That's obviously, he killed that, duh. He spent a fucking month on writing it to make sure that y'all say he killed it, but it wasn't a natural on spot skill.
Correct.
That, and I'm not knocking that.
Which is great about battle.
Some of the best writers can't just come up with shit on the fly. Like, so.
Which is what I like about, is it URL? Yeah. What's dope about URL is I could tell they have a piece of their sections prepared, but outside of that, when you got to address a guy on what he said prior.
Yeah, I love that.
When you see that creativity, yes. That's why that there's that energy in URL.
In 7th grade, I went to La Tierra Middle School, and I was Spitfire shirt. I had the silver like fucking stud rocker belts and Vans and a black trucker hat. Niggas thought I was weird. It was all niggas there. And they all thought I was weird until I battled this kid named Joey Piku, the rapper at the school.
You remember today.
And I beat him in this rap little battle thing. And they started to respect me because he was just spitting, and because I would watch 8 Mile and all this stuff, and I was very observant and witty, I instantly knew how to get on shit that was present
on him.
So the viewers so everyone that was watching, the audience was like, oh shit, he got, and like that's how
which is a hard thing to do.
I gained certain people's respect with that, and it was like, I'll never forget that. Joey Piku, if you out there, hey.
Yeah, he just bodied you again.
No.
Letting everybody know who you are.
It was really cool. Then we would show each other like the little raps we was writing. We were fucking 12. This was 2003.
Did he ever bring up that you hammered him?
Oh yeah, we would always joke about it. He was a good sport about it. He didn't want to beat me up.
Pause again. There's a lot of pauses in here today.
It is. You're bleeding.
Why,
oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, it's light. It's light.
Oh no. Oh shit.
He took me off the pause. Right?
Y'all weather is trash. I know we about to end, but New York weather is fucking trash.
Well, it's like 100 and some degrees out there, bro.
And what? Why?
Listen.
I was muted. Why?
Again, I'm from Los Angeles.
You don't get snow out there.
Nigga, I was in snow for my first time when I was
like
in LA.
21. You don't. Where were you, in another city?
Yeah, I live city.
No, you were in another city when you saw the snow?
Yeah, I wasn't in LA. Nigga, I was in we was in Colorado or somewhere random.
With the weed, like you don't smoke. You don't smoke. So that's not affecting you at all in LA. You could care less. Legal, not legal.
Yeah, I don't.
You can care.
What's the question? I have friends.
Drink anything like.
I've never been drunk. Never had alcohol. I've smoked twice. Had a weed brownie once.
I bet you're not gonna believe me. You probably think I smoke. I've never smoked. I've never had cocaine. I can say it because I'm not even worried about anybody even come back and saying it. Maybe drunk once or twice, but I've never smoked. I've never had cocaine. I've never no drugs ever in my life.
You know how I actually believe that? It's how articulate you are. You're very articulate and you know what you like and don't like. And a lot of people they see that rubs people the wrong way when it's someone that's like, bro, I don't care who you are. I don't like that. But you're very vocal and open and articulate. I think that's really important. A lot of people don't have that.
Well, to me, to survive in the game now, you got it. You know what you like, what you don't like. You know, it's not generic ain't flying no more.
Well, it's also like I feel like that's. I just feel like you do what you want to do. At the end of the day, it's like I don't ever want anybody to feel pressured, but I also am just like. I like how he said it. He's like, it's not about like, it's not, sometimes I feel like when you say like, oh, I don't like this or I don't do this, people take that as like a attack on them. And it's like, no. Like I'm saying like for me as a human, like for me as a person, I don't really do this. That's not inherently me judging you for it. It's just for me. Like I don't drink hardly ever. I'm not quite to that level, but like it's very, very rare. It's very rare. I mean, there's years that'll go by that I will not have had a drink. And when I do, it's like, it's very little. And it might just be like once or twice a year kind of thing. Like it's very rare. There's been years where it was a little bit more. I would say like the pandemic, there was probably a little bit more. But like, that's not me judging anybody else. Do what you want to do. It's just not me. But it's not a judgment. And I feel like a lot of times when you are like very, like he said, like maybe assertive isn't the right word, but it's like when you really know exactly what it is, sometimes that comes across to people as a way that they feel like they need to be defensive. And it's like, I don't mean it like that. Like if I actually mean something, like I will just say it. I'll be like, hey, like this is how I feel about this. Like I'm not going to just like tiptoe around it. That's just really not my vibe.
Are we going to take a photo?
Well, yeah, I was gonna get my camera ready.
Look how happy he is.
Should I not?
No, yeah. Are we gonna take a photo?
Well, yeah, I was gonna get my camera ready. Well, should I not?
No, yeah.
He's so excited and he looks so joyous, but there's this like little part of me that's like, what are you gonna do? Like part of me thinks he's actually just excited and happy, but then there's just this part that's like, does he have something nefarious planned?
We can rap, right?
Oh, hey, how do you sign off? What camera would it sign off at?
Anyway.
Hey, signing off. I have nothing cool to say. Say something cool with me.
Okay. Wait, now, this is my bestie right here. This is my guy right here, right? Pause. This is my guy, right? You see us. We heavy out here in these streets. We're in a good place now. We understand each other.
Yeah. You want to see my waistline?
I knew it.
Stupid.
I knew he couldn't let that moment go without something. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay. All right. If there's any other things that you guys want, send them in the chat and we can do them on the next stream. By the way, next stream I think will be Kendrick one, and that's the one that will do the dissect clip deal. Although I do want to say, it occurred to me that I think I may have seen a part of that already. But I think it was one of those things where someone had sent it to me in DMs. And I think it was something along the lines of like, you might find this like interesting or whatever. And I think I started to watch it. And what I don't know is if it was a conscious choice where it was like, hey, I should maybe do this in a video. Or if it was one of those things where I just got distracted. And it really could be either one. So I don't know why I'm still sitting to the side. All right. But it is 1:30 my time and I have not been productive today. And I have So many things to do. So we're going to sign off for now. But like I said, we will have another stream. Oh my God, it's been 3 hours and 17 minutes. Those of you who have stuck around, you are incredible, because that's a long time. I say as if I haven't streamed for like 4 hours before. That's neither here nor there. Okay. We are, yes, the nostalgia one. Nostalgia, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, is there anything else? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. They brought up that the Hot 97 was traditional, so it's like they're probably a lot older, like their main audience is probably like a lot older and probably like pretty homophobic, so like that, like it's important that he did this for the culture. Like that is really cool. I didn't even think about it like that. That's so true. Okay, well, it's been lovely. I'm glad that we got to do this and that we got to go through some of those ones that I know y'all been asking for. If there are other like lives or whatever, send them in the Tyler the Creator chat, and then I'll go through them, and excuse me, depending on what they are, we can either do a separate video or we'll just add them onto the next like Tyler based live stream, and we'll go from there. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.